Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Stomping the floppy shoes so hard, it'll leak the class delirious. You praying to stop so much, it's like you're having a religious experience. Despite all of your denials, I know that you know me and your crew. Ask your girl the last time she phoned me. Allegedly, just admit that even now you sing along. And even after I wreck you, you gotta bump my song. You should copyright loser because the dictionary cloned you. Crushed so hard, now my cleats own you. It's that umbrella guy, clutching the verbal hammer, locking you down in this inescapable syllable slammer. You wanna step up and try to oppose me? Yeah, you should ask anyone that really knows me. I'll take your blame, your girl, your dog, and move in your home, only to get out the verbal flamethrower and consume your plastic gnomes. You drift, you whip, you ride, your bride consumed by this mic hitter, just to drop them on the market to the highest bidder. It's that umbrella guy, live from the hat rack, with elbows that hit so hard you'll think it's a nuclear impact. I mean respecting you, please, that's the word you'll never earn. Yet another lesson you clowns have never learned. Along with standing tall and pride and repping values that you feel, and not fake morals you found inside your happy meal. I listen to you with your speaking spell education, wondering if your parents bred with their relations, wearing your big red nose and still thinking that you're a star, while you're forced to bump that umbrella guy inside your clown car. Yeah, it's that umbrella guy, broadcasting live to the masses, timing out full, sorry we ran out of free passes. We gotta go further and not just expose you, listen and believe royalty, we gotta depose you. Getting masked up because this flow is criminal, dropping hammers so hard, they're subliminal. Unconsciously you want me to own you, as the parasol pope is set to dethrone you. And I'm out.
And I'm actually not out. What's up, folks? How's it going today? Man, there was a meltdown and a half yesterday. I swear. Oh man, the live stream last night. Oh, it had a tizzy. I mean, an absolute tizzy going on. You have BBB mailing people. He's actually sending out mail. Sending letters to everybody. You have certain people in the ecosystem flipping out, mass mailing, going nuts too. You have you have stupid Dave saying, "But what about me? I got doxxed somehow. I'll tell you about that one too, which is really funny. Oh, it's been a show. It's been a real show. I thought actually we might go over last night's live stream because it had these people go, I mean, they went insane off of it. It was, I mean, the reaction has been something else. They also, they can't help themselves. Remember, they're all supposed to be like defenders of the chillins and stuff. Check this out, though. Give me 1 second here. Check this out here. You know, they are really, they're really not happy about, here, check this out. They're really not happy about the little ones over here and their success. You know, it's funny that that like Bug can do better than their entire 5-hour live streams. So they keep trying to take shots at her. I like reminding you folks of that too, because you see what kind of people you deal with. The absolute fucking hypocrisy to that, you know. Little kid pops up and is like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, free target. There's a target there. Creepers, man. Creepers. You have some new admissions of craziness. I mean, just there's so much that happened in the last day. So much idiocy. But yeah, look at that. 2L1 saying that just even the wording there is gross. Pimping out kids, huh? That's gross, man. These people should never talk about children. You know, they don't worry about the kids that somebody says, hey, that kid's in danger. Don't worry about that one. You know, nope. Gross people, man. Gross. But let's check some stuff. Oh, by the way, I want to add something to yesterday, too. You know, there's some stuff that we need to add to. You know, that whole thing with Sharvey Preston, that has gotten really interesting now that people went in and dug up the receipts on it, too. You know, once you look at the receipts versus the claims, well, they don't seem to fit as much. You know, you have the claims. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you this real fast, okay? So yesterday, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I do like the receipts that are added to this too. Yesterday, we talked about how Preston had put up this. I'm going to read it fast, where she's talking about Jamie. And well, let's look at this story versus her story in the past, though. So she says, to all those saying, Jamie flew to my home in Northport to help me clean it up to sell it. I mistreated her. Well, dears, I have witnesses to say that she showed up high as a kite, sat on her couch, didn't wake up for 3 days because she'd been on she was a methlete, you know, for days before coming to meet me. I cooked for her, offering to take places, but she couldn't because she was coming down off of it. Now, remember all these words, okay? Because I want you to look at the receipts we'll have versus this, okay? We actually became very close that visit. Offered to help her, to get her clean, to save her kids. See, talking garbage. You know, you should bet what you say. I have witnesses. You know, okay. Well, interestingly, some people dug up her old posts about this. And her old post, first of all, somebody put together a little timeline, you know, and the little timeline was quite interesting too, because the little timeline, we'll check this out together. The little timeline would have to be, so Jamie gets there. Jamie, I'm going to be down for a few days. Jamie gets here, you know, she's got to sleep forever. LP posts that Jamie's coming to my aid to help me. Okay, so flew high, didn't wake up for 3 days, so slept day 1, day 2, day 3. Otter Creek, looking fine, awake, not drugged out with LP. So, I mean, we actually have pictures for these days. I mean, you know, which is crazy because if you go back and you start looking at everything that goes together with this timeline, like I said, it gets very fascinating. You know, you have, first of all, I'm going to pull these up together. So you have things like, well, here we go. Check this out. Yeah, posts like, I love my life. You know, here, Jamie, this is my birthday. And she's such a good blessing to me. I love being her god mommy. And I'm always here for you too. I can't believe I'm going to be there in just a few days. Okay, so there's your start, right? Okay, everything's good to go. It's gravy, right? Everything seems nice, polite even, right? And then you have the posts. Now the posts on the 18th, check all this mess out when you put it all together here. You have, look, posing together. Got pictures at the old drive-through, son. You know, you have the property, everything with that. And you have, you know, well, houses on the market today, property paperwork signed for the offer. And my wonderful friend, Jamie Starr Johnson, has been such a huge blessing to me. I can't wait to move and build our house. Yay, life is good. So it's gone from this to calling her, everything under the sun and attacking her and saying that she stole from her and all kinds of other stuff, which, again, Shara put on blast, by the way. Shara, I think, did a good job of that, too. You know, she didn't just put that on blast, but she was like, why the heck do you keep having people down here that you keep calling meth heads, you know? She was asking, she said, you know, hey, Jamie didn't, this reads backwards, okay? So Jamie didn't steal a thing from you. She also worked very hard to help you. You even tried to force her to clean up more trash and rotting food from your property while she had a broken foot. Where's all her property the sheriff deputy instructed you to return to her? Also, why are you inviting so many people? You claim her on meth to your house with your small child present. Why you tell CPS no one on your property that does that stuff? What about the recent violent paint huffer you invited to live on your property with your small child? And on top of it, she talked about, she said something about the kids. She said that they were, well, let me get the right word. Just 1 second here. I don't want to misquote. I like to get it if I can. She said that the kids were, quote unquote, special need kiddos. And she was like, why are you putting that out in the world? You know, why are you publishing medical information? I mean, this is somebody that helped you. So it's fascinating. Apparently that little timeline went, it turned into a cinder. But then again, there was also, speaking of posts that go, by the way, that's funny, Muppet Man. Tug, I escaped Megan Fox's backyard. Run. It's good times. It's fun times. Run for your safety, sir. So Hale's actually put this up. This is kind of an interesting little dilly. Check this out here. Give me 1 second. I got a cough. Sorry about that. I had to mute for 1 moment. But he put this up, and I thought this was fascinating. So he posted, you can't make this insanity up. But you can get away from it for a while once you book a stay with What the Hales. By the way, you can, indeed. They have the rental properties. If you want to check those out, go and definitely do so. But on this, it was like, hey, wait a minute. While on legal notice to preserve all communication, she publicly states she's deleting stuff. So let's read this together. So you got Mo Magic. If I got them months ago, they are gone. I ran out of space and wiped my email. Whoa, wait a minute. You're wiping your emails while you've been told to preserve them, and you're talking about it publicly? Why would you make a statement like that? Holy God. And she was probably told, like, not to say, because then she's like, I heard you, Lisa. I was just explaining what happened to my dang emails. Even her PR is like, shut up. Please shut up. You are not doing yourself any favors. Oh my God. You gotta admit, that's awesome. I mean, it goes from oh yeah, I wiped them out, till you got like, You know what? I was just explaining what happened to my dang emails. Oh my God. Why would you type this shit out? Why would you do this? Holy God. You should never, ever post something like that. That is so freaking stupid. Oh my God. It's so good, though. You have to admit. You have to admit that's pretty amazing. 1 second here. Oh my God. It almost okay, give me a second. It's almost as amazing again, you know, when you take stuff like that and then you put it with, again, I mentioned these yesterday, but I still think they're worth bringing up. When you have the third party solicitation of well, check this out too. I'll put them all together here. So you have John Cook telling paint chips, hey, when you going to come up and visit Nada Creek? And of course, they turn it into about Jeremy. So, I mean, it's straight up, you know. John, I want to come. Get my number from Bruce. Again, you know, this stuff came up in March, by the way. I missed it at first. Somebody take your bow up there if you want your flowers for it, for sure. You deserve them for sure. But yeah, get your number from Bruce, you know, who was your attorney at the time. And I mean, it's weird. Have your attorney, you know, the guy who totally just says you're some random dude out there routing to Randy, and give me a call. I'm waiting on a life-size Jeremy House blow-up doll to bring as a prop. Huh. That sounds like plans to, it sounds like solicitation of a third party for harassment. Huh. And then, I mean, to top that off, too, remember there's the revenge prawn video that got taken down, but still has been very well archived. You had one party, John Cook, soliciting, and then you had Preston also soliciting. There's actually a newer screenshot of this, too, where you have a wonderful love emoji from paint chips on this, too, where you have Lynette Preston soliciting Legally Lips, and it's on Paint Chip's channel, and hey, Ray's right there too. So can anyone say third party violations? I mean, just the stuff that keeps coming up, it's wild. It is wild. On today too, we had, so I thought today was oh no, the Cynic in Chief. He's like, if you need to raise lawsuit defense money, you should do like Yellow Flash. You and Megan take shots for every $50 super chat. Actually, I do not drink, not at all anymore, ever. I do that because I am, you know, always in charge of my kids. So I never let myself be inebriated in any way, shape, or form. You know, again, I know you're joking and stuff, but I don't. I don't at all. I'm always in charge of the kids, and I am. That's one reason I like to be able to work here, because again, you know, I'm in charge of them all the time. But yeah, just don't do that. You know. So it wouldn't work anyway. But yeah, you know, man, I appreciate, like I said, by the way, if you watched Flash, oh God, that was a funny Flashcast. I love certain people over there. Again, when I say certain people, I don't know everybody very well over there, but there's specific people I really like, you know, because I've known them. Some of them I may have not known as much, but I like I've known Yellow Flash since I pretty much started YouTube. You know, I met him in the first couple of months, so I've known him for years. And Raging Rhino, I really like. He's crazy. He's funny. Oh gosh, that was a crazy stream. And then on top of it, you know, Tom, he wasn't there, but I love the Tom too. Always. Give me 1 second. Let's check something else out here. There's so much to check out. You want to see a BBB mail? He decided to mail us all. He decided to send out another to all the journalists that are covering this. Email after Jeremy Hale's last night. Would you like to see that? He's going on about the adoption thing. You know, it was fascinating to me as well, because yesterday and into today that you have in the ecosystem, again, you had Darth Touch. In my mind, they become one person sometimes. But you had this victim narrative come up because Jeremy Hales responded to him. Finally, he has been begging Jeremy Hales to respond to him for months. He mails him stuff again, like some of the crazy shit that he BCCs other people on. Like I've been BCC'd on. It's like, are you kidding me? You know? But he finally got a response, and boy, he didn't like that. He's like, hey, he threatened my kid. And it's like, no, he actually didn't. He said, you know, if the baby mama needs a good lawyer, maybe I'll help her out. You know? Saying you're a piece of trash. And he didn't like that at all. And he says that's a bridge too far. And I thought that was fascinating because, you know, going after Hale's kid is not a bridge too far. Posting all these documents about Hale's are never a bridge too far. Nothing is off limits when it comes to Hale's. But apparently you keep finding out again and again that these folks, they don't think turnabout is fair play. They don't actually think that if somebody mentions something that came up with them, that's an attack. That's too far. But if they're doing it, it's proper journalism and more. They're not used to somebody trying to turn the tables on them. And that fascinates the heck out of me. So check this Bruce email out, by the way. We're going to have to watch that freaking live stream from last night because this thing sent these fools into a tizzy. I mean, into an absolute freaking tizzy. Let me make sure there's nothing on here I don't want on here. Just give me one thing. They brought up Veteran Nation. I mean, it's something else. So this was directed to, you know, the aunts. Again, I did not keep up with the whole adoption thing. Just to know, again, it wasn't something that I'm going to be blunt about it. It was chaos, and it didn't lean to the main points of this case. So I just never really kept up with this whole offshoot of it. I did see the Veteran Nation live stream, which Bruce was part of as well. I do like how Bruce leaves that out. He was a participant in that live stream too. You know, he did go on there. There was a CPS call. He actually sat behind the scenes. He talked. He sat behind the scenes. He came back on. He actually applauded Veteran Nation. You are a great live streamer. You're better than those people over there. And then he tried to take his channel down. So, But I mean, what that sounds like to me is a setup. You're in the middle of something. You have their lawyer who won't actually answer questions about being their lawyer, by the way. He pops in. There seems to be, again, that feels like tacit agreement, you know? I mean, again, he participated in the live stream. He wasn't like, shut this shit down. This is garbage. No, he spent this whole time like patting Veteran Nation on the back and stuff. I'm not saying he agreed with what was going on the live stream, but he wasn't like, you need to shut this shit down right now. Well, you know, you need to want that. No, he spent his time again. You're better than those other folks. So, I mean, he pumped him up. They even talked about him coming back on yet again. I mean, it was a strange thing considering. But he wrote this last night. This popped into everybody's. Let me see what this was called, by the way. Give me 1 second. Let me look at the title. I didn't retract it. Let me tell you who all was on it, too. You want me to tell you who all was on it? Give me 1 minute. I can look. Or anybody that I can see anyway. You know? I'm not sure of everybody because there may be some people that are BCC'd on it. But as far as as far as the people that I know that are on it, here it is. Let me see. Give me 1 second. So on here, he sent it to, these are the CC parties, okay? He sent it to 2Ls. He sent it to Darth Judge. He sent it to Legally Lips. He sent it to Paint Chips. He sent it to Stupid Dave. He sent it to Ray Ray. He sent it to Megan. He sent it to myself. And he sent it to Veteran Nation. Now, he notes, now this is the beautiful thing that I love about these, by the way, is they keep talking about lawsuits. At the same time, he is telling us to cover this stuff. He's CCing people on it, saying that I'm openly CCing this email to quote unquote journalists covering this story. So again, this is the second time he has openly said something like that because he wants it covered. I don't mind covering it. I don't care. It's part of it, you know? I mean, shit. Like I said, I cover almost everything that's attached to this, you know? Sometimes I run out of time. I can't get every filing in, but I try. I try to cover all even the minutia, the insanity, of course. But this is to the aunt's attorney, okay? So I openly CC this email to journalists covering this story. I write it because earlier this evening, Jeremy Hales announced that your former client, the aunt, will now be helping her brother pursue restoration of parental rights. He discusses this at 48 minutes. All right, like I said, we need to watch that because it was an hour stream. It's plenty to watch. We will have plenty of time to do that. This is in furtherance of I hate that. Why don't you just use HG, by the way? Why don't you do that? Can you not just say save HG? Oh, wait, if you do that, then people might get confused about the websites 2L1 put up, our website rather, that 2L1 put up and splash the kid's image all over. Yeah, they might get confused by the fact that I believe that was the title of everything there. I did archive that, by the way. But contrived by Hales to generate YouTube content. Some of those CC'd have propagated it for their own personal gain. Isn't throw veteran. So some have, I wonder who he's talking about. Like I said, I even covered the damn thing. I've covered some of the red flags, you know, for sure. I've covered Lynette Preston's own words. I mean, her own words say, problem. Again, you, Bruce, you. Also, I don't understand, too. What the fuck is your role in this, Bruce? Can somebody answer me that question? Because I thought he got kicked to the curb. Didn't they curb stomp his butt out of there? As far as everything's concerned, weren't they like, hey, we don't want you anymore. We need to fire you. You're not telling me that you just did that for that one specific case and that you're still trying to represent them, because this right here says, I mean, it's bizarre. Like, what is your role? I mean, you talk about complicit lawyers, but again, you supposedly got kicked to the curb in the federal case, and yet you are still front and center. I mean, are you supposed to be a quote unquote concerned party? Do you have a contract with them still to pull down money? Is your contract still somehow angled and good to go? I mean, well, what is going on here? I would really like to know how that it's spelled out. What's stipulated in their communications, in the contracts. I mean, that leaves a big question for me. Like, why is he writing this? You know, who is he for them? Is he just random? Because again, he's done this in Ohio, but at least he was their lawyer in a case there. Like I said, I have no idea what his role is here, other than potentially I don't know, conspirator? I'm not sure. That's what the allegation was. So I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe he should answer that. That would be a very good question for him, though. But anyway, some of those CC'd, one veteran nation, and one veteran nation even made a CPS report live on YouTube as a PR stunt based on a PR stunt. Really? You don't think that he had the best interest of somebody? He told you that. You said that he was better than everybody else out there, you fucking scumbag. You said that. You told him. You sat there the whole time, patting his back. Again, verbally talking him up. And now you're like, oh, that's just a PR stunt. Well, that means, again, you were complicit because you were part of the live stream, sir. Does that mean that when you angled on that you were part of that PR stunt? Or was it a different PR stunt? I'm curious. I'm very disturbed by this whole idea. It blows my mind. Again, I can't figure out, number one, what was his role back then? He was very dodgy and he tried to be elusive. But again, he didn't say, shut this shit down. I mean, if he was her representative and he got on there, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he be very forceful in that matter? And number two, again, well, what is his role now? And why the hell is he writing this? I don't know. But he's a former Marine who is fond of displaying a photo of HG on his live streams and naming stuffed animals after her. Actually, he brings up a picture that was posted on the 2L stream. And the reason that he did that was because they specifically threatened him about it. Now, that's why he said he does that. Now, man, like I said, I don't pull up picture. I try my best. I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen if there's a video or something, but I try not to pull up a picture of a kid. Although it's hard to say. Okay, so here's the rub in that, though. You know the YouTube channel that Preston posts on? It has the picture of the kid front and center. It's right there. Like anytime she's posting publicly for all these folks to see, and that picture's there too. Now again, if you wanna delete the thing off, and maybe that would be a good idea. Don't post the kid, period. But also don't have the kid screaming "Stupid Dave" through fences, trying to get on live streams. It's such a weird thing to try to say this is appearing here and it's wrong when, like, again, you have Travis who's live streaming. It has nothing to do with the kid or the property. It's just about him, live streamed across the street. And they're trying their best to get them involved there. It's weird, man. Weird. Your firm was co-opted through Hale's manipulation of the aunt to pursue a phony fictive kin petition that you signed and filed. Recently, your firm filed a public disavowal of further representing them. Have you ever heard of a biological parent coming back 5.5 years later with a court petition to take the child back from the adopted parent? Of course not. Actually, yes. You hear that in many substance abuse cases. I have indeed heard of things like that. I have indeed. I have heard of parents that in the moment they could not maintain either. Again, they did not maintain what the state required or for themselves. And they came back years later and they fought. So I have heard of that happening before. I mean, you're asking, It does happen. This is the craziness that only a willing, complicit lawyer could give credence to by taking money to file it so Hales can build on a story with a court-related content. Do you think the aunt and the brother will find one? Best regard. So wait, are you saying that? Why did you write them if the end here, You're saying they're not the lawyers. So what does it even matter? Like, what do they have to do with this period? I mean, if this lawyer's out, you say that they totally are. That's what you're noting in that. Then why are you even writing them? It is interesting, too, that you talk about complicity and willfulness with lawyers, because it's every lawyer that works with Hales gets this label, and any lawyer that he wants to connect with Hales, who may not even be connected with him, they may be connected with something else, also gets this label, but he's not a complicit lawyer. That's strange, man. So let's watch this live stream. I got to see this, man. I got to watch this with you folks, because it is stirred up a beehive. By the way, too, to say, I've heard this a few times now. 1 second, I'm going to bring this up. Where is it? Give me 1 minute. This is in a breakdown. He keeps saying, okay, so Stupa had said this over and over. First, Megan was the devil for him, you know, when he tried to utilize Megan over and over again, trying to say, oh, Megan, she did me wrong somehow. Now he was doxxed. So here's our breakdown again. If you have not checked out, I would like to shield them again. You definitely should on Facebook. They will give you good breakdowns. They can entertain you too. I watch stuff, or I watch rather, so you don't have to. I always put like different words in there, but it's I watch so you don't have to. Easy to find. And check that, screenshot it, whatever. Follow them. But you have right here where he's like, I got doxxed in Tug's chat. Now, the day that he is alleging that he was doxxed in my chat was the day that our power was out. You remember that day? I was going to talk about, donor Dave. Yeah, that day he had put up not one, but two whiny videos about me. Whiny, like crybaby videos. You're so mean, he's lost it. Oh my God, I'm a tough guy now. Reminds me of those pull-up commercials, you know, I'm a big kid now. That's how his stuff goes, except with much crazier eyes. But he decided that night that he was going to come into the chat, apparently, and he wanted to talk like he was some big man. He'd like, I'm a man. I'm a man's man. And then he wanted to be a victim afterwards. And he was like, they actually doxed me. Yeah, no. No. That did not happen. That's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, these people, man. Anything to be the victim. He so wants to be a victim there, though. At first, I guess it wasn't enough clout for him to say that Megan had somehow victimized him, because he would cry all the time about mean old Megan Fox. He would cry to old freaking Darth Touch. Oh, Darth Touch. You know, I hate her so much. She's so mean. Now, apparently, he's got to switch gears again, because he got permission to do so. He got his little permission slip. Ain't he a tough guy? You know, again, couldn't grow the old stones when old Ray curve stomped him one day. They kicked him out, and he cried so hard he left for months. But he's a man now, kids. He's a man now. Oh, I love these people. They're such clowns. Oh, I gotta get a drink. It's funny. This breakdown, though, it's pretty good. I will see how much time we have left. I don't know if we'll have time to go over that, because I do want to watch this video. Let's watch this together. Give me 1 minute. Locking in on it now. We're watching this. I want to make something very clear. First of all, if you would do me a favor, if you would make sure I'm going to guess that you are subscribed to What the Hales, but just in case you aren't, make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you have watched this live stream on their channel. I don't like covering stuff from somebody else. If I personally don't know that it's been watched, I gave it a day cycle on it. But my God, man. Like I say, this is crazy stuff. So let's go over. His live streams are good in the way that you get them once a week. They're an hour. So you're talking about an hour live streaming. Oh my gosh. And they are entertaining. This, again, it caused a nuclear meltdown yesterday. Oh, by the way, let's catch up a couple of super chats real fast. That way, when people are commenting, we'll be right with it. So let's do it. And Muppet Man, by the way, Dwayne, appreciate you. That escape, just keep running. Emmy, thanks for the 4 months. 4 months. Thank you, Tug in chat, for accepting me as a Tug. So, well, thank you for being here. Love to you. Alec Cat, thanks for the 7 months. There's not a statement. 7 months is his own statement. Thank you. Appreciate you there. You know, Max Lab also noted, and this is true. Today, if you know, was the last day for 2L1 to reply. She's supposed to reply in Fed Case 2 after being served. She has not. This was the day on there. So we will probably go through the default judgment mess again. We will see exactly how that goes. You know, but that's the way I would guess that goes. Also today, we had something go out talking about Ray. So again, we'll see how all of that is. Bill, thanks for the 2. Bug and Lug Candy Fun. Thank you for that, by the way. That is much appreciated, Bill. I'll say Ali, thanks for the 20. You couldn't keep Bug out of your live streams if you locked the door. She'd pick the lock. She's adorable and smart. I know, she's good. She's a good kid. You know, that's what these gross people, they're just gross. Actually, they're jealous. You know why? Because they have these giant hate streams, and they get, if they are lucky, they can pull down 10 super chats. If they are lucky, a little girl walks in just talking, and you know, she's like, candy. And people love it. So it makes them mad. That's so funny. Just J Hip, thanks for the 5 there. Wednesdays are coming. That's right. I'm turning on all these people. Man, he's going to turn on us. Oh no, Tugs, you're going to hiding. Oh no. Just J Hip, he's turning on Wednesday. He's a mole. He's a mole. Well, check out Just J Hip though, for real. He is too funny. He is such a nut. All right, Bonnie, thanks for the 3 months. Hey, Tongue, thank you for reporting the truth. Hey, I appreciate you being here. That's what it makes it good. Makes it fun times there. Cynic, again, you noted that. That was funny. Appreciate you, buddy. Also, Cynic, thanks for the 5 there. You also need flashes. Here Comes the Money song. But some that would be funny if she went, money, money, money. It would be funny, wouldn't it? Also, Cynic, thanks for the 2. Deleted emails equals adverse. Yes, she has definitely brought up some. She's definitely brought up some stupid that she shouldn't. Why would you bring up deleting emails? Why would you admit that openly? Even their mouthpieces are like, that's stupid. Don't do it. And you shouldn't. Now, Emmy also dropped, man, 50 there. Thank you for that. That is crazy. I don't know why it's coming up orange, though. That's typically it's the wrong color. 50 is like supposed to be red. They cheated you. They robbed you of the right color. Thank you, Emmy. I appreciate you, Emmy. That is awesome, by the way. Thank you very much. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Tongue, Lisa never responded. Yes, indeed. Mention that. Thank you also, Max Lab. And props to Max Lab, again, keeping his nose on and grind. They hate a lot of people. But it's strange that they hate this guy. You have stupid. Oh, my God. I got sent some stuff on you, Stupid Dave, by the way. Holy God. I got sent some stuff about, he's played this doxing thing before. He's apparently does this. He's apparently done this with other stories that he gets involved with. He claims that people's chats dox him. It's interesting. I'm gonna go and screenshot those and pull them up for you. Green Veggie Bees, thanks for the 5. I didn't know someone as disabled as John and Lynette could dig such a hole as fast as they did. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? They are definitely talented for that, aren't they? Stress Loon, thanks for the 5. What if we pay you and Megan to do pixie sticks until one loses your mind and starts impersonating a hummingbird? Be like, all right, let's see. It's funny. Daily Dysfunction, thanks for the 18 months. Pancakes, candy, cheese sticks. Oh my, indeed. These kiddos are always a welcome distraction. Always have, always will. Yes, indeed. As always, appreciate you, Tuck. Well, thank you. Yeah, anybody that's been around here for a while realizes we used to have story time and everything else. But ultimately, you know, it's not the kids. It's these weirdos that take aim there, you know. Clear as mud. Thanks for the 30 months there. Man, no statement attached. Well, appreciate that. That is a statement, and I think that's a funny one. No statement, it is a statement. I love it. Just Jay, thanks for the 5. Let's set your mask. Looks like a booty hole. Talk about a burn. That was sassy. It made me cry for you. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, man. I would talk about what sticking a bike pump to your lips looks like, but hey, you know, I'm classier than that. Wheat Toast, thanks for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Wheat Toast. Appreciate that, man. It's awesome of you. Christine, thanks for the 2. Birthday song for Danny. His birthday is today. Boom, Danny, let's do it. Happy birthday, Danny, from all of us to you. Yeah, happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate you, buddy. That's awesome. I didn't know if I'd get to sing it today. Oh, man, speaking of, I think I have a Raider coming. Maybe she'll sing you a happy birthday song. Let's see.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, girl. Hey, you want to sing a birthday song?
Yeah.
Can you sing Danny happy birthday?
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danny. Happy birthday to you. Man, you busted that one out good, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were good with that. Here, what's your
It
feet?
says-
Move your feet for just a second. I don't want to run them over.
Hey.
Yeah.
Dad, I know my watermelon. I made a mess by cleaning it up.
Oh,
And I
man.
popped out the lip glosses out the box, and then they got ruined. So
Mhm.
I just used the towel to clean it up.
You did. Did you like the watermelon, by the way? Was
yeah,
it good?
it's so good.
I love watermelon. You know?
Me too. But that was the watermelon. I
Mhm.
don't want any more watermelon. That was the Fioca.
Well, we cut it up and we put it up and we threw the old rinds outside. We actually put a couple of the rinds out where they'll catch, they'll attract some bugs. That way we can catch them. What did y'all see out there? Oh, man, tell people what you saw today.
We saw a snake and a
A
frog.
snake.
Yeah, I wanted to play with the frog with the snake, but I didn't want to kill it.
Yeah.
I like-
you were the only one that wanted to catch it, weren't you?
Yeah, I wanted a frog.
Hey, there's you. $5. Can you say thank you, Wheezy Wheels?
Thank you, but what's the seawolves?
That, huh? What? That's $5 right there.
But what's
And
the
that, oh, the
seawolves?
XX. Well, X's and O's, I mean,
Hey.
hugs and kisses. So they're giving you hugs. That was hugs. Wait, stop. That was hugs there. Yeah, there's 2. Can you say thank you, Cynic in Chief?
Thank you, and got $2.
That's $2. That's right. You did one in your mouth too. It says up. That's your fan club there. Look at that. That's awesome.
I can actually say stuff much more
Mhm.
better because I lost it.
Yeah, that's true. You got your lip gloss too, boy. I can smell it today.
Yeah, I did open lips on accident because I lost the top. I was going to use the strawberry one. Yeah, I lost the top what I was doing because it was in the trail, and watermelon got all chill. And I was saying watermelon. No, I did it. I got to the trail,
Yeah.
and it did got on my trail. So, and none of
Yeah, that's Dwayne. Can you say
my
thank you, Dwayne?
$10.
That's $10. Can you say thank you, Dwayne?
Thank you, Dwayne.
So
I
love
can
it.
actually say that much more better.
Yeah, and you said you did, and you knew how much that was. That was good. It says
Hey,
up
the
and loves it when you're ready.
$99.
It's not $99. That's $1.99.
Yeah.
That's like $2. Can you say thank you, Becky?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's your candy protection fund. Woo, candy. Yeah, how much is that? That's
99.
That's $9.99. That's like $10. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jada. Can you say thank you, Jada?
Thank you, Jada.
Just for you because you're a sweet teacher over a rainbow
Yeah.
with the ukulele. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
She likes the ukulele, don't you? Yeah. Can you say thank you to the cat lady?
Thank you, cat lady.
That's
It's much
your
more.
$2 there?
It's like.
She said you bring her joy in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice, huh? Oh, there's how much is that? What's that number? Can you see it? Yeah, that's right. It's a 5. There's right. That's from Rach. Can you say thank you, Rach?
Thank you, Rach.
Sweet tooth money. Woo, man, sweet tooth money. There, wow.
Those $3 I saw come 99 and just
No,
10.
that's 9.9. So that's like a 10.
Yeah, I said 10.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Can you say thank you, Janice?
Thank you, Jeez.
A tug, the way you treat Bug and Lug is remarkable. Yeah, thank you. Vastly different from the other person. Yeah, we'll read the rest of that yet. But yeah, we'll go with that one.
999
Yeah.
and 10.
There's 2 more. Oh my goodness. That's Emmy. Can you say thank you, Emmy?
Thank you, Annie.
That's for whatever you want.
Wait, look right there.
Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, you see them pop up at the top too. Uh-huh. S Shine. Can you say thank you, S Shine?
Thank you, Shine.
It says, oh, that's for you and Sissy too. That's great, huh?
Mom.
Oh, look.
99,
That's
10.
Bunny Mom. Can you say thank you, Bunny Mom?
I think that's candy money. Go sell all the money on candy money. That's mine. And all the sissy money, go sell on candy or toys.
Well, this is candy and popcorn and popsicle fun. Whoa.
Popsicle fun.
Yeah. There's Rach. Gave you another
$5.
5. Can you say thank you there? Oh, this is for Sissy for crafts. That's nice, isn't it?
Just $5?
Yeah.
$10. You see that?
I saw that too. Yeah. There's Coyote Bake. Can you say thank you, Coyote Bake?
It's at $4.
Oh man, Coyote Bay. Hey, buddy. You know, prayers to you, man. I will catch that when it's serious too. Okay. There's Lady Tammy sent you 2. Look at that. Can you say thank you, Lady Tammy?
Thank you, honey.
Yeah. Look at that. That's cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very cute, like the little dog.
What?
There's Joan. Sent you. How much is that? Yeah, that's right. It's a 10. She'd show me on her fingers. That's for you and Sissy for whatever you want. Whoa, man. Oh, there's Navy Vet. Can you say thank you? Can you say thank you to them?
Thank you.
They sent you candy fun for 5. That's right. Can you say the numbers so they can hear you? There's
5.
Yeah, there's another. What is that number? I like your daughters. They're inspiring and honest.
5.
Yes. Mid-teeth care, indeed.
$2.
Janice sent you
$2.
Yeah, that's at $20. That's
$20?
that's crazy, isn't it?
How did that happen?
I hit the wrong button. Yeah. Share with Sissy, it says. Are you going to share them with Sissy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta actually buy something for Sissy.
How we will do that then. Peggy, can you say thank you, Peggy?
Thank you, and Saturday.
That's 5. It says for more watermelon. Yummy. You love that watermelon, didn't you?
Yeah, but the no seeds, there was something in there that I didn't like, so I tried to get out.
Just Jay Hip. Can you say thank you, Jay?
$5.
Can you say
Thank you, Jay.
He said he's going to hire you for his streams. You're so good at this.
Ah.
Yeah, man. If you ever need a job, boy.
Thank you. And
oh, man. There's Maybe Not. I like that name. Maybe Not.
Maybe not.
That's cool. It's at 5 gifted super chats. That's awesome. So other people get a gift, and that's like $25 for you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm going
There's
to win.
Mabia. He said thank you.
Thank you, Mabia.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Tuglet sighting. My money's being drawn out. I know.
Yeah, money, $5.
There's That's
If you just take this 5 down, it's 10 times.
yeah. Well, this is Miss Tressaloon. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
It's summer. So this is ice cream money. Oh, you got shaved ice yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, and yesterday was so good. I got
What?
shaved ice. Hey, Dad, can you bring us to Walmart so you could get shaved ice?
Yeah, we will go over there this week. We'll go back over there and get you some more shaved ice. You want that?
Yeah, and you
Is that
could
what you
get
want?
shaved ice because Mom got shaved ice.
Oh,
It was
really?
Batman.
Well, since
and-
you have so much money, you're going to treat me to it. You're going to pay for it.
Yeah, but
Oh my goodness, man, I'm so special. Hey, can you say thank you, Patty?
they could pay
That's
$5.
Yeah, for treat money. Whoa, dude.
That's candy money there.
Can you say thank you to Skiffer Trucking?
Thank you for him.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Just say skiffer. Can you say
Skiffer.
skiffer? Yeah, there you go. That's hard to say with your 2 teeth missing in it. That's for
No,
your funds. I see what you said there.
That's the top two.
There's Nana. Can you say thank you, Nana?
Thank you, Nana.
That's for 10 right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go put 10 up, but I
they
got
said that's for us all to have fun together.
Again.
Oh.
Chase dice.
Yeah. Hazel. Can you say Hazel? Thank you.
Thank you, Hazel.
Yep.
$2.
Yeah. Are you a bug magnet?
No.
All right. You love
$2.
She was wanting to catch a snake today. It was really funny to hear.
Yeah,
my
but
mom was here. Oh, I'll have to tell you all about that.
it was poisonous.
This is 6 kids. Can you say thank you?
Thank you, 6K. It was $2.
Refilling the piggy bank. Yeah, that's true. We have to refill your piggy bank. You've been filling it up, haven't you, with change?
Yeah.
Oh, there's I have my favorites.
I have my favorite.
Yeah, they're the ones that sent the beads to make necklaces and stuff too. Yeah,
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, you love
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, it says that's for fun money for you and Sissy.
I go.
Oh man, there's Travis. You say thank you, Travis.
I go get something for Sissy for my money.
Yeah, what are you gonna get her?
A plushie.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, this Travis, can you say thank you to Travis?
Thank you. $10.
Yeah. Says, oh, that's for candy, toy, and pizza money. Whoa, you love that pizza for sure.
Only if it's triangle.
Oh, you're pushing my chair down.
Only if it's.
Can you say thank you to Lynn?
Thank you, Lynn. It's $4.
That's for, no, it's 5 there. That's for ice cream money too.
Or shaved ice.
Or shaved ice, yeah. Well, that's kind of ice cream. Okay, here's Joyce. Can you say thank you, Joyce? Say thank you to Joyce. Yeah, it's 10. You're right. It's for ice cream. Oh man, ice cream again. Oh, Navy vet again. With how much is that? 20. Yeah, you're not used to the 20. Remember, 20 is 20.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
I'm actually...
We're learning our bigger numbers. We've been going through. Yeah.
Hey.
Can you say thank you, Navy vet?
Thank you, Navy vet.
Yeah, that was treats for all of us too. Okay, can you give me a hug?
The ice cream money.
Now, are you feeling good with all the love there?
Yeah.
Oh, here's the ball python king sent $2 for you. Can you say
yeah,
thank
by
you, Ray?
zeros.
Can you say thank you to Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 and then the dot. If the dot's there, that means $2.
Oh.
Yeah. See, you understand now? If it's like this, if it's a 2 and a 0, then the dot, that's 20. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Gamer Jackie. Can you say thank you first, Gamer?
Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, she asked how you liked your Pennywise doll. You know, do you love it? Yeah. She does.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, there's Starcasm.
And 99.
I like that name.
10.
Starcasm.
10.
Yeah, can you say thank you?
Thank you.
That's family fun money. Oh, here's Rats. I might have to say. Can you say thank you, Rats? Yep, that's 2. You're right. Can you say thank you to Rat?
Thank you, what?
Trick or treat. Treats for trick.
Yeah, trick or treat.
Right.
That's what I do with candy. I do like a trick or treat thing like it.
You were asking, does she start kindergarten in the fall or first grade? She would be in kindergarten because where her age falls, but we've already prepped kindergarten. Isn't that right? We go over our numbers. We go over our letters almost every day for both of those. We also have our learning games that help with our numbers and letters. Are you gonna do your alphabet however you want to today? You're gonna do it all over the place. She likes to mix the alphabet one up. All right, hey, I've got to continue my stream. Can you give me a hug? I do love you. You're a very good girl. Right. You go play, okay? You be a good girl for me, okay? You go play. Shut my door. So today they had they went looking. They like to go around my house and look for insects. You know, that's a big sissy and little sissy. Now they found my mom. It's funny. My mom is terrified of snakes. She hates them. You know, and she was outside with them because I wasn't feeling great. So she took them outside, and my mom told them, you know, be careful when you're flipping things over because you'll run across a snake that way. You've got to really watch it. And sure enough, the next thing they flipped over, there was a snake under it. Now, it was a little bitty snake, she described, and it was like some little harmless snake, nothing big, but she was freaked out by it. So it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny to hear about. I will catch any super chats I missed from the beginning. By the way, because I see we got the birthday song for Danny, which I'm glad of. But let's do our video before we do anything else. And thank you all again. These people, man. By the way, hey, thank you, Jesus. Appreciate you, buddy. I will hit comments as they come in with this, but it is funny, again, every time they try to take aim at the little ones, it's funny because they just get taught a stupid lesson. They look like idiots. They're like, oh my God, I'm so mad because, they like to take aim at them. And ultimately, people support them. And I think that's what makes them mad. Like they're seeing their money dwindle. They're getting their influences dwindling. They're having to recruit some really awful human beings. And when they do, it's not working out for them. So good luck with that, but let's check this out. Here we go.
Well, in the chat are guessing paint chips too.
Yeah, they're guessing. So I jumped past the song. They did a song in the beginning, which was funny. It's the guess the lake, guess the person that's there, the mole.
Oh, wow. Well, we got another guessing game we're going to play tonight. We're going to play the guessing game of who's the defendant that was begging for a deal. Somebody just sent $100. Thank you so much.
Lori did. Thank you, Lori.
We appreciate that. We're going to play a game of who's the defendant that was begging for a deal.
Let's see if I can
that stated. Now, as I share what was stated, I think this is extremely important. If you've played the telephone game, right? Right, George?
Yes.
And then
when I was a wee little lad.
When the message gets distorted, it goes to one person.
I actually skipped the music. Somebody was like, "With skipping the music," I skip it because sometimes the system there tries to identify music, and it will false flag a live stream for it. It'll be like, that's Duran Duran. You're like, it doesn't even sound like Duran Duran. What are you talking about? There's some weird stuff, but that's why I skipped over that. Actually,
and the next person, and the message gets distorted. I think this is very important that this defendant that we are gonna share tonight, this defendant communicated this through another individual, who then communicated with my legal team, who then communicated with me. And so I think that's important to disclose in transparency in regards to sometimes messages can be misinterpreted. But basically, in a nutshell, this defendant in the federal 2 case stated that they had the information and enough of it to put the others away.
Oh, wow.
And so that.
Wow. And, like with that, what's crazy about it is the kind of admission that is. Because, I mean, that's, again, somebody saying there is a conspiracy. I mean, that does seem kind of wild as far as an admission. That's nuts.
That is how it was communicated to me. And as we share this evening who this individual is, I thought, I like games. And through all this insanity, and that's exactly what these people are, is they are mentally unhinged, crying, attack, and then cry when somebody makes a statement to them. The insanity of it all. And so I thought we would have a little bit of fun with it. Did you ever play Guess Who growing up with the blue board and the red board?
When I was a wee little lad, yes, right. I remember.
So what was always the first question that somebody would ask?
Do they wear fake lashes? No, that wasn't a thing back then. Do they wear glasses?
Oh, that's what they would. You didn't ever ask, are they a male or a female first to try and narrow it down in gender?
It just depends on the day. Sometimes I'll ask, are they wearing a hat?
Well, I see some people in the chat playing Guess Who right now, and we are going to play Guess Who tonight.
Yeah.
And the very first question is the defendant in the federal 2 case who communicated with somebody else, who then contacted my legal team, who then communicated with me and said they had enough information to put these people away. Is it a male or a female? Now, I do want to share, we have released a few different silhouettes, and we do love Easter eggs. I mean, it's part of a treasure hunt. And so in almost every single video, if not every single video, there is some kind of Easter egg for the viewers. So the question is it male or female? I know what you're thinking, George. If it's Fleesa, then it's male.
I was about to say,
so this might be a tough one. If
it's not just me. No, it wouldn't be me thinking that. A lot of people would be thinking that, not just me.
Yeah, like well, not specifically with anyone. I'm just saying, do we really know certain people if they are male or female? I'm just curious about that. Hey, by the way, Puzzler dropped the 10 there. I looked at the 20 and then I was like, wait a minute, I got the 10. That is not in a game. That's awesome, man. I'm watching those hit. I love watching gifted memberships hit. So thank you, Puzzler. That is freaking amazing, man. Oh, by the way, too, let me mention something. This is totally off topic a little bit, but I just want to note this as well. So right now, I don't know how many of you audiobook, but Audible, the site, twice a year, they have a giant sale. Like not just it's okay. They have a giant freaking sale, and that will push some books down to $2 to $4. And 1 second, we're not talking about like garbage. I like to read or I like to listen to stuff about mafia, certain history things. Like the Borgias, and some of that stuff is down to $2 or $3. So if you are a audiobook kind of person, you should check out their, I don't know if you have to have a membership or not. I'm not sure, but if you're not a member there, you can get a free one. You get a free month or whatever, and just check out their sale. Again, I mean, $2 to $4 is nothing. I love reading, going through audiobooks. So you should check it out. Now, again, some of your big names like Stephen King or something is not going to be on that. I know that has nothing to do with what we're listening to right here, but I love the audiobook time. I'm always listening to audiobooks. You can ask Megan, like when she pops in, she probably hears some of the weirdest stuff playing in the background. Hey, Navy Vet dropped 5 gifted memberships. Well, thank you, Navy Vet. That is awesome of you too. So look at that, 15, bam, baby. That is great. Look at them fall in there. That is awesome of you folks. And Anna, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Doug's. Appreciate you there. That is much appreciated. Thank you. Let's continue.
If it's Tony, it would be male. And so,
who's Tony?
Or Troy.
Who's Troy?
I don't know, works with leather, licks boots, things like that. I mean, there's literally video.
Why did you just say bootlicker?
Okay, bootlicker. And I know if I say male, they're going to think, well, that's bootlicker.
See, this is where
I do think
this is what people get confused on. If you had channels that go back and forth like this, you may get some butt hurt about it, but there's nothing illegal in doing this kind of thing. You can talk about people being fat, stupid, ugly, you can talk about whatever with that. That, again, it may get some people salty, but there's not a legality aspect. That is something maybe they should lean into more. But they don't. They don't stick with that. They go with the, you're a you know, and make a statement of fact, like some PDF file garbage. Anyway, continue.
I want to narrow it down for people tonight because this is important. I really do. And I think it's important on many levels for those who are in a major lawsuit to understand that who they're in that lawsuit with. And so I do want to narrow it down right from the beginning. They're asking male or female.
Yeah, that's another thing. These people turning on each other. Would you really, do you want to protect the secrets? You know one of these people is going to spill, especially if Preston, I'm telling you, I firmly believe Preston and Cook, man, depending on what Cook knows, holy crap, you leave him out in the cold, you going to turn on him, make him a patsy? He better not know anything. Because, man, he's going to get mad and he's going to start running his mouth about some of this stuff. Maybe he'll sell them out. I mean, they should watch themselves on that. That might get real cray real fast. Man, Navy Vet dropped another 5 giftos, by the way. Thank you, Navy Vet. Again, much love to you. You know, you guys are awesome. You are. Well, I love that I get to cover this stuff and look at every freaking insane thing that happens. Turn over whatever rocks. Oh my God, I found some good stuff today too. I feel so good. Good stuff. Got to put it all together though, but it's good. Let's continue.
And the answer, you know what? I didn't share this link on Facebook. Oh well, the answer is male. It is.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one now because there's a lot of males involved.
Well, my guess would have been, who would you all have guessed? Like straight up. My guess, honestly, would have been Stupid Dave. That would have been my guess. Who would you guess? Like, if you were going to say any of the people there, again, who would be the easiest proverbial nut to crack? Stupid Dave. That would have been my guess. Dave or Dave, some people are saying. Love the diabolical laughter. MLS, some folks, Stupid Dave. See, I would have guessed Stupid Dave. That would have been mine. You know, I figured he would sit right there and probably rat these people out. That's just my opinion, man. You know, it just seems like what would happen. But I mean, I get the MLS thing. That makes sense too. I mean, you're talking about somebody that's not heavily. I mean, he may have known a lot too. I don't know. I would think like Stupid Dave's been let in a little much, and he got kicked to the corner. Maybe he got butthurt. Maybe that's why they brought him back as well. Maybe it wasn't just about getting that money, but also it was about making sure that they lock arms, you know, trying to keep people in there, trying to make sure that they weed out. Because, I mean, they did, you know, he can say whatever, but they kicked him like a dog, and it was something. We all got to watch it. They can all pretend it didn't happen anymore. But, again, he quit for months. He quit doing anything. He was like, I'm never even going to post again about German. And then he starts posting again. It's oh shit, dude. Jack, what's up, Jack Miles? Thanks to the two. Y'all gotta feed Duck's Fix, y'all. You, sir, are the devil. Thank you, Jack, you monster.
Well, considering that it's the females involved, many of them are allegedly male as well. So I mean, it's going to be a tough one.
Are you messing
with us? It's going to be a tough one. So, and again, I can't disclose. I don't know people's individual gender, but I've seen things communicated about it, and even Fleesa communicating about it. So the first answer is male.
Okay.
Male.
Okay, so that narrows it down. But now
I gotta get a guess in here. Is that male in the same way that Legally Lips said that I was a female, or is that male in the way that is male?
Now it's debatable. Are they male or female?
It is it's debatable. It is debatable. So it is a male. It is a male.
Okay.
What do you got going over there? A timeline?
So I had a
why don't you take care of the chat while I share the live stream link, and I'll be back.
All right.
Get out of here.
I want to do a quick shout out to Lori. Thank you so much. Says try to do this and then got online. This is for what you need for God needs time to go. Love you all. Thank you so much, Lori. And then Lori also gifted 10 What the Hales memberships. So whoa, 10 of you guys got a. You guys are guessing. A lot of you are guessing some good guesses. I mean, I don't even think I know the answer to who the person is, who the defendant is that wants to make a deal.
I wonder.
I had to switch.
Okay.
I had to switch things. Yeah.
Who's the prawn?
So lots of good guesses in the chat. But I told them I don't even think I know the answer. So I
saw in the chat Bone Crusher, interesting revelation this week. And I think it's important to mention this, that the viewers who are completely and totally dedicated to justice in this case found out his name is Bone Breaker.
Yeah, Bone Break.
And one of the What the Hales ecosystem members literally outed one of their own members on a live stream that nobody watched. Now people are going back for information and found him.
Thanks, Shine.
I was
that
was so insane too. Again, they yelled about doxing and more, but I made sure to get I made sure of how that came out. I went back. I've got screenshots of it as well. But there is a Paint Chips and a Darth Touch live stream where actually it came from 2 live streams, as a matter of fact. But there's one specific, there's the one where they decided to do a breakdown with him, and he comes on with that specific name. He has his name across the bottom. Now, I don't know if they're using StreamYards or if they're using something like Hangouts. If you use Google Hangouts, sometimes Hangouts will put your real name on something, and it's the host's responsibility to make sure that's not there. Because I've had that problem at one time. Nowadays it doesn't matter, but back in the day, it did. But he had his name stamped across, so it really is on them. And then 2L also did that. So you can go back to their interview with Ray as well, and if you look, it's harder to see on theirs because he's up in the corner. But when he does it, he's also got his name up there too. So some people apparently, because, I was asking around, I wanted to know where it came from. Because again, I do not endorse doxing, make that very clear. I don't endorse it at all. And I wanted to know how that came up. And when I was shown I was shown the stream itself and told, just check this out. But what was funny is nobody watches. This tells you that really nobody watches Paint Chips and Dark Touch because the name was right there, front and center, prominent. I mean, it was prominent. And somebody looked at that and thought, maybe that's not just a play on words. Maybe that's actually his name. It would make sense. And when they did the first thing, so I did a Google search and a few things popped up. The first thing was an obituary, which I don't agree with posting those kind of things. I've had, again, I realize past family, and people they did post that. I actually, again, it is public knowledge. So, but I don't post stuff like that anyway, you know. But that's where people found that. And there were also other things. There were things like, there were town hall meetings. That's how people ran across his address. There was actually if you searched his name, there were minutes from a town hall meeting, and it had his address attached to it. So, you know, right there, again, it wasn't the byproduct of doxing. It was a byproduct of either the ecosystem or Ray himself put the name out there. Either way, it's like, wow. But it told you two things. It told you, number one, and again, who Ray is doesn't matter to me. Although he does have a lot to say. It's funny, but he talked, like he was talking about my stream the other day, and he compared this to Sodom and Gomorrah. And he has some rhetoric that is pretty insightful. He wants people to be monsters. He wants other people to be othered. You know, he doesn't want you to be two parties that disagree. No, wants you to be othered. You know, because when people are othered, anything can happen. If you turn somebody into a monster, then whatever people do to them is okay. And that is messed up. I was listening to this. I was like, this rhetoric is crazy. You know, especially from somebody that professes their faith all the time. You know, if you're going to talk about your faith and talk about being godly and more, I seem to remember quite a few statements that really, again, you could go with the adage of glass houses. You know, he who is without sin, right? But apparently, certain people think they are. They think they are, and then they can do or say whatever. And it was fascinating when they were doing it behind the relative comfort of, they were mocking in these live streams. What was really telling about that live stream that Ray put his name on, by the way, is he was trying to cancel Jeremy. They all were. They were in there. They were talking about contacting the ADL because they wanted to attack Jeremy Hales and to cancel him. That is the way. I've had people try to do that to me. You know, they go through everything in your life and they try to make sure that you have nothing. It's insane, but that's what they do. And it's just fascinating that he was there trying to ruin Jeremy Hale's life. And he ended up outing who he was because of it. Oopsie, you know, whoopsie indeed. Also, Rach, thanks for the 5. Stephen King is a but writes good, but nasty human. Yeah, I've actually had a few run-ins with King. He is he's a piece of work for sure, you know. But man, some of the books there, if I hadn't read, he's enough of a piece of work that you know, it goes with that. I wouldn't call him a hero, because, you know, when I say this, they never meet your heroes. I wouldn't say, you know, it's that far, but he's definitely a piece of work. If I wouldn't have read so many of his books, I would not pick him up as a new person. But some of those books, man, like The Stand, oh my God, that book had a tremendous impact on my life. You know, so. But yes, I hear you for sure, Rage. RBF, thanks for the 2 there. Here's to laughing at the stupid. I know it's fun, isn't it? It's a fun pastime. It is. And Terry, thanks for the 5 there. Are you ready for the ditzy weirdo coming up in 30 minutes? You can't stand the fake voice. I ignore these people. I don't watch their stupid shows. In fact, what they want you to do, they hope that you will get them monetized. They hope that you will lead subscribers to them. Let 1 or 2 people watch and catalog all the stupid things they do, and your life will be much better without it. You know, or in the afterwards, again, people can archive or whatever, but they need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, or they can't monetize. So they want to monetize. They hope you will lead them there. So just remember that, you know. All right, let's continue.
So a total whoopsies.
Yeah.
Wow.
On their part.
Ray.
Wow. So yeah, it wasn't that interesting that this group of individuals, and you know, I think there's a lot to be said about individuals who come together, who have a love for justice, who have a love for accountability, and create control and order from chaos and disorder. And that's what we've seen. We've seen threat after threat. Isn't it funny that somebody says I make a veiled threat? I mean, how many times do I have to say I don't make threats? If I tell you something's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I've said this time and time again. When you're talking to your kids and saying, don't touch the stove, you'll get burned. That's not a threat. That's by nowhere means a threat. That's a reality. And for somebody to claim veiled threats, no, there's no veiled threats. There's absolute statements of truth.
Is this the person that harasses us daily and will email us daily?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is the person whose baby mama has reached out to us amongst many, many other victims of these creeps, unhinged fools who have reached out to us. And I think it's appropriate at this point in time.
You know what?
To share that
maybe that would be fair. I mean, this is the same people that decided that when they thought that I was having trouble in my, again, you know, like I've said before, we were going through a divorce because of a substance issue, but things, they're at a calm place. You know, there is no animosity or anything else, and the substance issue has gone away. That's great. You know, that is great. But people from that mess did try to get a hold. Did indeed try to do anything that they could to derail, to harass, and that makes me wonder: should I be reaching out to? They also threatened to dox her. By the way, you had paint chips actually write an email. And pull up the wrong person, by the way, but he mailed this to a bunch of random folks out there too. You know, he pulled up any email he thought would be the right person. And he was like, I went through this college and pulled up pictures, and this picture right here. It's like, what a piece of shit, man. What an absolute piece of shit. But that's the way they are. You know? Yes, they are absolute trash. Ultimately, too, you can't let them deter you. But it's amazing. They throw fits when somebody mentions their lives. They are now victims. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? The stuff, they include me and other people on some of the emails that they sent. And they've continued to send Jeremy Hale's way. Holy God, man. Some of the stuff they've sent to him and to Randy, and I mean, for them to claim that mentioning anything is harassing them now from Hale's, are you kidding me? For them to try to ride the victim grift is just, oh, it's something, man. These people are nuts, though. They're hoping it'll be a payday. They're hoping to turn him into a payday. They want enough noise with that too, in my opinion, that they can make people forget who they are, like truly who they are. Like, it is gross to think that there are people out there giving these folks money. There are, though. I wonder if there's other money that passes behind the scenes, by the way. I wonder, because, you know, they said they would only stick around if there was money. But they stuck around. Isn't that? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Give me 1 second here. Yes. All right, let me continue.
There is something huge going on, and there is a tremendous amount of evidence being gathered by a tremendous amount of victims, And so I want to take a serious moment right now and share, because I know many of the victims from many of these people, whether it was a frivolous lawsuit that was filed against you and then reneged because that's the way they like to play the system and they're not going to get away with it this time because they played with the wrong person. Or if it's an individual who has threatened you, or if it's an individual who hasn't paid you rent, or if it's an individual, I mean, we could go on, right? I mean, the things from these felons, these scam artists, these cons, these individuals, you tell me you don't understand YouTube without telling me you don't understand YouTube. When you spam the platform, do not give them any help, because I know you understand YouTube. But here's the one thing that I'm going to share. Spam the platform of YouTube, and YouTube actually hides your content and nobody sees it. And so the stupidity of these fools who have damaged so many other individuals who are now all coming together. And so I want to share this very openly, very publicly, and very seriously, which is unusual for me on YouTube, although I am very serious in normal life. I crack lots of jokes on YouTube. So there is something huge coming, and all of these victims are coming together, and evidence is being gathered and it's being pursued. Accountability and justice is coming. And if you have evidence, and I know many victims are watching right now, so many have reached out to us, whether it was an individual who was defamed, who hired a lawyer, who then that lawyer then made defamatory videos turning them into a demon, or whether it's an individual who is related to Harley Grace, who is watching.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've oh my. I have seen some stuff, by the way, that I was told did not exist. But whoo, baby. There's some, yeah, there are people definitely that are willing to communicate about these folks. And it's nuts. Wheezy Wheels, by the way. Thanks for the vibe. Sorry if I made sense tonight. A very triggered day. No, you make perfect sense, Wheezy. Much love to you. Even if you have a day, you know, even if you do, who cares? Love to you, you know. I don't care how you are always welcome. You know. Much love to you, for sure. Best friends, what's up? Thanks for the 5 there. If you like The Stand, you love Swan Song. Oh, yeah, Swan Song. I read it a long time ago. I read it after I read The Stand. So I did like it quite a bit. There's not a lot of books like this. I'm kind of surprised by that, to be honest. Yeah. You know, that there's not. You would think there would be more. I mean, there's end of the world scenarios. It's just the way The Stand comes together. All but the end. The end is rough. But yeah, I like the Swan Song. Yeah, I agree. We can talk some books sometime. We need to have a book stream. You know, damn. Thanks for the 2. Says part. It's HG. Poor kid. Thank you, Tuck. Yeah, I think there's a lot of sad parts in this, though. You know, I mean, don't you, for real? Like, it's just sad that. It's sad how so much of this stuff is. It's going to dominate years of time. You know, this is not going to stop at the end of this year. You're not going to have August is a cutoff point and suddenly everything's going to go away. No, the delay in the case and everything else, that is going to cause some issues, some real issues. So, Denise, thanks for the 20 there. To hear Shizzy's letter. His letters are so crazy, man. I love them. Thank you, Janice, by the way. His letters
right now as well, and I'll be sharing something from the amps here in just a little bit. Or if it's an individual who wasn't paid and scammed out of rent. There are people who care. As a matter of fact, there is a tremendous amount of people that care, and they want to see accountability happen. And so if you have tips, if you have evidence from past, present, or what's happening in the future, just like this defendant came forward and said, hey, I've got stuff that will put these people away. Make me a deal. I got stuff that will put these people away. You can email those tips to ecosystemtips@gmail.com. Now, we didn't put this group together. We had nothing to do with this. but this group has come together and now we are involved with it. And so ecosystemtips@gmail.com. If you have evidence on any of these individuals, any of them that have defrauded you, conned you, scammed you, defamed you, they have threatened you, harassed you, any of them, there is something huge brewing, and you can be a help to bring these people all to justice and accountability. So mods, you can feel free to put in the chat.
I want to know what huge is coming. I want to know. Now I'm leaving more questions. Oh my God. It's like content Christmas though. I'm telling you, like this case is the craziest thing I've ever watched, and I love to watch it. I do. I love it. I love to watch it. Yet I know Jeremy and George have been through the ringer with this. Love to them. But I love watching a clown show on the other side of these things. It's so bizarre.
ecosystemtips@gmail.com. And we'll keep moving forward with that. Last week, we touched base on the FBI, wasn't it? Was that last week or the week before?
It was last Sunday where we mentioned that the FBI is now involved.
Very heavily involved. Yes, very, very heavily involved.
There are people that want to say that that's like that can't be true, by the way. You realize like internet crimes. If you look up IC3, well, I will do it right now. IC3 report. What is an IC3 report? It is an internet crime complaint. Internet Crime Complaint Center. That's IC3. That's why it's called that, okay? The FBI heads that. So wouldn't it make sense that there would be FBI involvement? I mean, they would be the ones investigating claims of everything from revenge porn to all kinds of other stuff.
And so we appreciate these individuals. We appreciate people coming forward and their love for right. And that's what it comes down to. It's a love for right. And we appreciate what they're doing to make sure all these wrongs
are
righted. And so
I know this too, while we're sitting here, if you, there are people that are mailing still. If you want a Muppet avatar, you do not understand how to make them for yourself, do not fret. Just mail me. Like right now while I'm sitting here, I will kick you a Muppet. So make sure that you just make sure you kick over a good picture where I can actually see. There needs to be a decent quality. It can't be like garbage quality, really small or something. I've had a few of those. I understand too. Again, that's no shot at anybody. I'm just saying I have to be able to see it and everything. So if you don't understand how to get them made though, you don't understand Chat GPT or just whatever, you can mail me. I don't care. And I will shoot you back one. And I will delete your images.
If you've got a tip, if you've got evidence, you can email ecosystemtips@gmail.com. For example, somebody already emailed and said, hey, somebody's house up in Florida is back taxes, $24,700. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I just went ahead and I paid those back taxes and those individuals then had to pay me the back taxes and interest while they're going to be in court? That would be hilarious. Oh boy. By the way, I don't make threats. I speak in absolute realities. So you were working on a timeline. Did you put some more of your timeline together?
I did, but I didn't get it completed. So last week I stated that I only had enough time to do a couple years and then a few years, and then I would pick up tonight where I left off, but I'm still not done. I'm still not done.
Wow.
So I managed to get in 2 more years done, and then we can pick up next week where we left off up until where we are now, halfway through 2025.
You want to hear something funny as you've been going back? I had to go back as well for something for court with Paint Chips and Darth Touch. And Paint Chips is going, I can't wait to be in court. And Darth Touch is going, yeah, I've been there. I don't like it. I don't want to be there. And it's the most funny. They posted it on YouTube, and yet he's begging to be involved, which he is very heavily.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You know, they can talk all the shit they want. But honestly, you don't want to be involved in court. I don't want people like wasting my time, you know? That's not to say if I have to be involved, I'm going to be involved. And I'm going to bring a wrecking ball. I mean, but yeah, I mean, these folks, like, there's a difference too. I mean, these guys, some of the stuff that they have done is nuts. They've gotten pretty accustomed to, I wouldn't say skirting the line. We are talking about way over. It's just craziness.
Fully involved now. And he will absolutely 100% be in court. And so the insanity to put out a video, and I believe that one was in February, and say, no, I don't like court. And then cry victim literally days ago. As he's done some of the most.
I'm confused. This is the same person who harasses us daily.
Daily.
Tags you daily.
Yeah.
Yep.
And wants to cry. Inserted himself into this.
Yeah.
Because I believe Deuce recruited him.
Oh, well, that's great news, because I just sent the legal team evidence of that. As this is how, here's one of the things I'm going to share this as well. This is one of the things that that was said to me today, is all the screenshots. We have screenshots of all the evidence of them collaborating together, and everything from, all right, now attack his divorce, attack his, go after his relocation. What relocation? We spent $1 million on the most secure piece of property we could find because we have been stalked. That's not a relocation. That's called a safety plan. And then the constant communication in chat. Oh my goodness, Ohio court is going to be off the chain. And so one of the lawyers said to me, he said, you got to love it when they just continue to make the case for you. Like, we really aren't even going to have to say anything. Boom, here it is. Boom, here it is. Boom, here it is. Boom, here it is. They literally prove it themselves over and over and over again. Paint Chip's own parents told us where he's staying with this nasty.
Well, hold on a second. This person obviously has been duped.
Well, yeah.
We don't know this person personally, but they clearly have been duped somehow. Yeah. Or maybe she's in a situation that she can't get out of. I don't know. But yes, I did start a timeline of where the channel started and how we got here in the most viewed videos, which again are coin pushers and storage unit auctions, especially breaking into safes. And we have so many people constantly asking in the live chats, George, when are you going to go see Elvis? When are you going to do another coin pusher? I can't from Florida. I can't when I'm in Florida. It's not a day trip from Florida. And so we acquired the schoolhouse in 2023, and that's part of the timeline. So I believe I left off at 2021, where you got the keys to the 70-acre ranch with the cell tower, and that was the selling point, was having the cell tower on the property because it gave us cell service, data service, which is important for...
I like that we get a timeline for stuff. Again, there have been some people, by the way, that are working on some bona fide timelines. I mean, just hammering out absolute timelines, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work to make sure that it's precise, but man, some of the stuff people have put together is amazing work.
For part of our business, because we did online auctions at the time, and we needed to upload videos, and we wanted seclusion. We wanted seclusion. We wanted to get away from people in the event that the planet shut down again because COVID had hit. We at least had 70 acres to play on, and we weren't told you needed to stay in your house and not leave unless it's an emergency. So that was 2021. And so now we go into 2022 where you got keys to Hale's headquarters in Ohio because in 2021, mid-2021, a super fan who emailed us first.
Yep.
Allegedly, she claimed that she had purchased the property across the street from the 70 acres, which we have proof that she wrote in her own court filings that she watched a video on YouTube of What the Hales, and when she heard what Jeremy wanted to do with the property, this was a video done prior to July of 2021. She said, "Oh, that's a neat idea. Property values will increase," and she just knew.
I saw that.
She just knew she had to buy that little piece of property.
I saw that, by the way. You know, I did, and you know, in and of itself, that actually wouldn't be a problem. You know, buying property, that would be okay. It's just, you know, what's really bad about that is it's like taking a sledgehammer to your own plans. Hey, you know what? I want this to be valuable. It's going to be great. Oh, wait, let me turn it into a place that nobody wants to go. I mean, again, like there may be very lovely people in Otter Creek, but I'll be damned if my feet ever step there as things are right now, because I would never feel safe. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. And ultimately, they can say anything they want about that. But at the end of the day, when you have people, again, Otter Creek is a ghost town. If you watch videos on Otter Creek, it is a place that was. People consider it dead. It's a dead town. Like, look at coverage on it. It's crazy. And you had a guy that could attract people. When you have somebody that can bring in that amount of money, you could have actually had business and a thriving economy there. But I'm going to throw it away. You always have to ask. When people are willing to throw that away, they're willing to throw away the opportunity for others. Why? Why? And by the way, Real Rye, thanks for the $5 there. 2 of my favorite kids' books for Bug. Dr. Dog, Cole, and Mr. Wolf's Pancakes. I don't know. I'll have to see exactly. Let me screenshot that. Thank you, Real Rye. I'm going to look that up, and I will check them out and see exactly what's there. And see, you know, because the little one, man, she loves running through freaking books. She loves books. So it'd be awesome to check out. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Rhea. I hope you guys are doing great, by the way. I hope everything is going good for y'all. You know, I know y'all had some issues before, you know, life stuff, but I hope everything's going good now.
Because property values will triple or skyrocket, whatever the verbiage was that she wrote in her own court filing.
Instead, the trash tripled and skyrocketed.
So in 2021, got the keys to Hale's headquarters, which is located in Ohio.
And to be clear, oh, you're going to get it right now. Go ahead with the because in 2021, mid-2021, a super fan allegedly claimed that she had purchased property across the street from the 70 acres. Come to find out, she hadn't even listed her property up for sale. And didn't even put an offer down until later on in the year. When she confirmed that we lived there, because she emailed us begging me to bring a tractor over to move a down tree and had me illegally trespassing on a piece of property. As she lied to me and told me she owned it. She did not own it. No. The only reason we invested, and this is no joke, we invested $1 million. Now, there are people who are going to go, he's lying. It was $960,000. Listen, after all the fees, it was well over $1 million. We invested over $1 million for our own safety and security because of these freaks. We bought a piece of property that nobody could ever move in next to us. It is surrounded by a national park. Nobody can move in next to us ever. It is the most secure piece of property I've ever seen in my life. It goes half mile back into the woods, and then we're up on a hillside. I have cameras literally everywhere. No one can build around us. Cameras are everywhere, and we have the vantage point to anybody trespasses. You know what's going to happen at Hale's headquarters if anybody trespasses.
So I remember when you did take the tractor, you had called me and you said, hey, one of our fans bought property across the street and wants me to bring the tractor over. I said, okay, fine, call me later. And then I remember you calling me when you're done saying that the godmother of the child, Jamie, was there and said Lynette had purchased property specifically there across the street to be close to you.
Yep.
And so we both kept that in the back of our minds and just never really thought anything of it. But we knew we had to get away to a more secluded area in Ohio. And so when she finally moved here, then later to come find out, after the signs were put up, that's when we started doing some digging on her, because then we started seeing the patterns of behavior and victims coming forward. But I'm moving ahead. Anyways, when she finally moved to the campground, because she followed our move, we moved to the campground first, and then she moved to the campground and wouldn't stop talking about us to the previous campground owners. And so they were even like, I'm going to go pick up your super fans. I hauled their camper to the campground. Now they're living at the campground. And
then they would text us and be like, man, there's something seriously wrong with your super fans. You
super fans, man. Can you imagine, by the way, somebody saying that, hey, look at that. It is, but so weird.
can have them. And we went, they ain't ours.
Yeah, and by then I never met her. I didn't meet her. But I knew she was bringing wanted to put a tortoise rescue there. And I'm thinking to myself, why would she bring a tortoise rescue here?
And then the whole thing was, oh, no, I need to save my baby. The very first words she said to me in person was she bought this property and John wasn't going to be there. And she wanted John unalived out of her life. And I'm sitting there telling George afterwards, I'm like, the weirdest conversation. Like, you do not say these things. Nobody says this stuff, whether you know somebody or don't know somebody. But to say something like that to somebody you just met, oh my goodness, how odd.
Very odd, very odd. So again, we kept that in the back of our heads. And then when she finally moved here to the campground, she emailed us again to notify us that the drive-through sign had been missing. Remember when she took a picture in front of that drive-through sign with the godmother of the child, Jamie? So anyways, that same year in 2021, so we purchased Hale's headquarters March. I remember it was March of 22. Later on in either October or November of 22.
Just to be clear, we're not back on our taxes on Hale's headquarters or any piece of property that we own. All of our taxes are paid for. And therefore, that alleviates us to go and pay some back taxes on other properties.
So later on in that year, you had purchased the vacant property, which is we call the old church lot, which touches the 70 acres and is literally right next to Brian and Tina.
Well, and you have to keep in mind that thing was up on for sale for a year. We both went, Brian and Tina are going to buy it. We don't want it. We have plenty of property. Thank you, Lori. We have plenty of property. We don't want it. And they did nothing. Come to find out later, the sellers would never even sell to Brian and Tina because there was 420 being grown on the property illegally, and it was from Brian and Tina's. And anybody that knows Brian and Tina knows that they've been growing in their shed for decades. And so illegally.
So on top of that reason, another reason why the previous owner didn't want to sell to them is because when he was trying to hunt, he would crank up his music.
Yeah, Brian would intentionally annoy him and put speakers pointing towards the hunting grounds and as loud as he possibly could. Yep, correct.
Yeah, so he was a problem before we even knew he was a problem.
Now, if anybody wants to contest that, I have Tina saying that on camera. I have hours of Tina throwing everybody in Otter Creek under the bus. She will gossip and tell anybody anything negative about everybody. And so I have hours of it that I've never disclosed yet.
Huh.
All right. So we bought the vacant old church lot. And we even have text messages.
It's funny how you find some of these people digging into one another, like, you know, absolutely disliking the people that they now run with. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that fascinating, as I like to say? Don't you find it fascinating that the people that decide that Jeremy Hales is the big baddie now, so in order to take him down, you have these people who said that they couldn't stand these other folks. They're going to get together, and suddenly they're all gravy again. It's so bizarre to me. It is. We all got to take down this guy. You know the easiest way, honestly, to have dealt with the Jeremy Hales if you didn't like him? They say that he makes content out of the lives. You know what? Stay out of his life. That'd be the thing. I mean, really. Because when you think about it, the stuff that they claim off of that, it's stuff like protective order, for example. You know, oh, well, now there's a protective order. This, that, and the other happened. We're told by the place that we live, we have to film everything. You would think, again, you just go and mind your own business. You wouldn't have a kid screaming stuff across the road at people when they want coverage. All of this stuff that happens with these folks, they make money. You know, they have seen more money from this insanity than they have probably ever seen. Ever. I'm talking about as a group. The amount of money that is thrown in there, it keeps that going. It's nuts. You know? I mean, you imagine $56 freaking thousand. Like, what other grift could they have gotten into that would have allowed them $56,000? You know? It's craziness. I'm trying to adjust if you hear a bounce to the microphone, I'm trying to adjust it. It was out of whack a little bit.
Of Lynette saying, I really want Jeremy to buy the vacant church lot because I don't want anyone else to move across the street from her. We have that. We have that. So other types of videos that we did in 2022 was searching for the 10K on the ranch. Those types of ranch treasure hunt.
100,000K. The missing 100,000. You said 10K.
Oh, I meant 100K. And then we continued filming with the infamous finger carving on the ranch by.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yours truly, Brian.
Yep. So Brian comes over, runk, and with a chainsaw, he trespasses and then destroys my property. What did Levy County Sheriff do?
Nothing.
Of
course not.
We continued to do coin pushers, which was, again, one of our most viewed videos. We continued to do abandoned storage units at auctions. We got away from showing the auction and just stuck to.
I would love to do with the coin pusher thing. I've never messed with a coin pusher ever. So that stuff looks fun. Does it not? I mean, you have to admit that those look like a lot of fun. I've never done one where, you know, you could have something that would be fun off of that. Huh. By the way, I'm going to say, hey, somebody mailed with a Muppet request. I'm guessing you're here. You have, I'm going to say I don't want to put your stuff out. Your mailbox is full. I cannot mail you back I made something, but it starts with an L. It ends with a 6-9. So that if you know who I'm talking about, I can't mail you back. Your mailbox is full. So it's kicking your email back. But I did make one. It's kicked it back to me. So just know, I've been making them the whole time we're here.
Showing the content, because in Florida, they're
all party consent.
Yes.
Filming, different than Ohio. So there are some auctions I would go to. If you see the actual auction, I would get permission beforehand in Florida. I would ask permission, receive permission from everybody to film, and then we would show the full auction. But that's very few times. So because Florida is all party consent, there's only very few times where we actually did that versus Ohio, which is one party consent. I'm the one party. I give consent. I can film whatever I want, as long as it doesn't impede on what would be privacy, wherever you would unclothe, like in a changing room, a bedroom, a bathroom, things along those lines.
Oh, don't forget tanning bed. Remember when Judge Grudge's buddy?
Yeah.
Judge Grudge's buddy was filming someone in a tanning salon, and Judge Grudge thought it was not a big deal. It's no big deal.
Well, which is interesting because now we don't even film the auctions. If we go to a live auction, there's 10 YouTubers now. We were the first. We were out there. We were making it happen in Ohio. We're not the first to ever do it. But now everybody is doing it. And so everybody's in the way. It's horrible footage. All you're seeing is 10 cameras hold up. And we don't even mess around with it anymore. It's not even worth it to film the actual auction.
So that's where the mystery unboxing comes in, when we're filming the actual content of the unit. We continue to restore the love, giving the units back to previous owners that reached out or contacted us or the facility. We went to Egypt for my cousin's wedding. We booked a month. I booked flights to stay in Egypt for a month, and we lasted 3 weeks because I had to come back.
Oh, by the way, let me get some love here real quick. See, this came in. We have Joanne sent a 5. Thank you, Joanne. I can't tell when that came in. So it's either new or I can't tell, but thank you. I'm going to read it anyway. Appreciate you there. It's a 5 for a little something for the candy fund. Bug is such a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Much love for you and the Tuglets. Well, thank you for that. That is awesome. And again, love to you as well. Appreciate the heck out of you there. And so Joanne sent 10. Thank you there too. Hey, Tug, wanted to say thank you. Appreciate that. Amazing laugh and humor. Made me smile today. Well, I appreciate that. You know, coming up on my 2nd anniversary, losing my darling mom this Friday. My heart hurts. I hear you on that. It does hurt, and it will. You know, it will. Just remember that when you hurt for a reason, and that's because they were great. It's because they were worth loving. You know, like when I lost my father, I had that same problem. You know, still do. My stepfather, I mean, it's rough, but anytime those feelings come up, you remember that the reason you feel like that is because, again, you know, they were a great person in your life. The better a person is, the more it hurts. But also, I mean, again, you can celebrate their life too. Love to you.
Back to get surgery because they found another lump. And so you were the token white guy in Egypt.
The token white
even though I'm darker than you.
And everywhere we went, there was just rifles following.
A 6'2" and 225-pound white guy sticks out in Egypt like a sore thumb.
Yeah, especially at the wedding outside of the church. One of the police officers came up and had his. So,
you know what's weird about that? Okay, so them going over their timeline, bringing up paint chips, Darth Touch, and they'll bring up something in a bit that totally sets Bruce up. This live stream, this drove them insane. I mean, they went nuts last night. why? What's here? Is it too much proof? I mean, what's driving them so crazy about it? Is it because they're starting to detail everything?
They are out and in Arabic asked you, what are you doing here? And luckily my cousin Danny and my aunt were standing right there. My Aunt Camelia George were standing there, and then they stuck up for you and they told him, leave him alone. He's like, yes, here for the wedding.
He's got AK-47. Aunt Camelia George is going off on him. I'm like, tone it back. Pull it back a little bit, Aunt Camelia George. That's a little bit too much.
Yeah. She's little, but she's mighty. Don't mess with her. She's the same. Like, don't mess with her family. Don't mess with her friends. And so we continue to share my cancer journey, whether it was my breast cancer or my thyroid. We continue to vlog those journeys. Never once set up a GoFundMe or asked for any money. The only thing we asked was for prayers, because prayers are very powerful. Yeah. You purchased the new warehouse and Christian was with you, and his adrenaline was that was his first real estate auction. And I totally understood what he felt, because my first real estate auction with you, my adrenaline was just so high and crazy, because it's a lot of money being bid. And then we did my aunt told us about
your first real estate auction. You only bid up to like 30 grand. With Christian, I think we won it for 115.
No, but I also did the house a couple doors down from the Worcester house.
That was more than one. Where were we at? Like 250 on that house?
We went over 200 on that one.
Interesting.
I wasn't bidding. You were bidding.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember now.
But I was there in the flesh, and it was crazy. And then we coordinated with our fans to donate for Egypt, and we honestly thought that we would maybe get 100 book bags.
And we were going to put them in luggage and just go back to Egypt.
With my hair, yeah.
I love stuff like that, by the way. We do this in our community every year. We do a book bag drive, and it is amazing what stuff like book bags can do, like how much of an impact that does. We do that. The first time I ever had a little kid come up to me and tell me, oh, can I have that? You know, I was pointing a little book bag with cats on it. You know, can I see that, is what they asked. And I was like, sure. I showed it to them. I was like, hey, do you want it? And they were like, well, I don't have any money. It's like, we don't need any money. He was like, how about, you know, you kick me a smile, and that would be it. You know, and they were thrilled. They were like, heck yeah. And it's an amazing feeling. It's amazing. A book bag.
I swear, the fans, the outpouring of love, they sent almost $250,000 in school supplies, and
all we asked for were for book bags, and the viewers and the fans went above and beyond, and even sent school supplies, even sent gifts for the teachers and the orphan teachers. Like, we have the best community. That's like awesome. Not to toot our own horns, but beep beep, we have one of the best communities.
It was mind-blowing what the fans and the viewers came together to do for orphans in Egypt. And we never expected anything like that. We thought we were just going to put books.
See, that's awesome there. Like I said, in our community, we have that where we do it because these areas, there's a lot of poverty. A lot. You know, when you get into the rural South, you run into a lot of poverty. It's a pretty type of area, you know, so you don't think about the level of poverty, but there are thousands of children that live below that threshold within these areas. So try to do a lot of stuff. We get together with churches around here, and like I said, it's amazing to see. I would love to be able to record, you know, you can't because of all the kids, you know. I mean, it's a catch-22. You couldn't, but I'd love to be able to show you like the impact that something like that has on some kids. It's amazing. What's something you wouldn't even think about, you know, a backpack.
Book bags and luggage and go back over. And
we ended up collecting over 6,400 book bags. Do you remember what the goal was? What the final count was?
Wow. No, I think our goal, we wanted to take 500, wasn't it? Because your aunt your aunt in Egypt, she's like, and Mr. Jeremy, I do this for the kids. And I was like, she didn't know this. I was interviewing her. She didn't. I do this a lot. I interviewed to see whether I actually want to give or not. I asked follow-up questions to see what's happening. I was like, oh, well, how do you go about distributing that? And what about this? And what about, and she gave me the answers. And I went, how about you let me help you with that? I would like to be a part of that. And so she gave all the right answers. And I was like, I was just going to write a check. And then it turned into, we were asking for 500. She was like, I want 200. Was it 200 or 100 book bags?
Her goal was 250.
And I was like, oh, let's do 500. And
you doubled her goal. And she's like, for real? And we're like, yeah, let's try it. Let's give it a shot.
And since then we have purchased, and we haven't shared this particularly in video form on YouTube, but your aunt has come back and said, Jeremy, I would like to buy a full cow. For the cow will feed this many families. If you buy the cow, I can feed this many families. And I go, yep, here's the check. Go ahead. And
do you think the positivity gets to the ecosystem too? Do you think these mentions about positives like that, because it totally, while it's talking about them and their terribleness, do you ever hear them doing like actual positive work within their communities? Don't you think that makes them look like terrible fucking human beings too? Because I mean, there's a person talking about, hey, I try to do this, I try to do that. And this is a person they've decided that this would be the guy they want to tear down. This is the guy they want to ruin. Isn't that something?
And they'll feed the families. And, there's a lot of things that we do that we don't share on YouTube, but the book bag and the school supplies drive was it was mind blowing what the viewers did. It was amazing.
It was overwhelming, the amount of love just pouring in for those that wanted to help. And it was incredible. And so we did that, and we donated 2 speedboats to Camp Patmos that year in 2022.
That was $150,000. So we donate $150,000 in the form of 2 speedboats. We bought the speedboats. One of them, then there was a condition on that donation, which there's normally never a condition. One of the boats had to be named George. And they agreed.
Yeah, the first one that Dave picked out was George. And then when you, myself, and Christian went out there, no, did Christian go out with us, or was it just you and I?
I can't remember, but they named the other one after Christian. They named the other boat Christian.
They did.
So it was George and Christian.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't get to ride. We rode George, but I don't think we rode Christian when we were out there, right?
I'd like to keep it that way, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. And then Patience and Christian got married.
Oh shit.
Wait, let's pause right there. Let's take a station break right there. Ask me another question on who this defendant is that's been begging for a deal.
Defendant time again.
So we know it's a male.
All right.
And ask me a follow-up question. What would you ask and get who?
Do they wear glasses?
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, let's make this easier, because I can't answer that question particularly right now. But I will make this easier to share that they have posted and said defamatory things on YouTube. They've made videos about us in a not a critique. Critique is fine. I could care less whether people love us or hate us. Or you can love us, and that's great. You can love to hate us, and that's great. You can share your thoughts and opinions. That's great. When you cross the boundary of defamation and you start stating defamatory things as fact, that's against the law. And that's what this individual did, along with the others. And so, my goodness, there was so much defamation last night in the live stream. The the legal team is just going crazy. Like, oh my,
I can't believe, like,
it is literally over and over.
For real. Some of the stuff that I hear, again, you know, there's a way you can walk that line, you know, and some of the things they say just blow my mind. I'm like, really? You know, you thought that one would be a good idea? I don't know, man. And again, I mean, yeah, Paint Chips is like one of the worst offenders I've ever seen about defamatory bullshit. He again thinks that because he's being sued, he can go out and just say anything. He thinks he's protected because lawsuit already exists. It's the most bizarre thing. It's like, you're not quoting that correctly, but okay.
Over again. They make the case for us. We have to do nothing. I'm going, I know. But does the individual wear glasses?
Classic.
I want to say confidently that I'm not 100% for sure, but I am confident that they have put videos on a channel and they have broken the law. And so that's why they're in federal court. So go ahead on. We were at Christian and Patience at the wedding.
So 2 clues. We know that it's a male, which some of the people in the second lawsuit, it's debatable what they identify as.
And we know they have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Well, okay.
And I'll even go even further.
We don't know if they wear glasses.
I'll go even further and state that they have deleted or spoilage of evidence on the YouTube channel. Now, it shouldn't shock anybody that a lot of these creeps have done the exact same thing.
I was about to say that.
I mean, you got one individual with fake lips who deletes an entire channel, then uploads another channel, and then is literally deleting. Sometimes
deleting.
I got it all. I got it all for court before it was deleted, but
that's what you call dirty deleting. That's what's called dirty deleting. Yeah.
Well, got it all before it was deleted, whether YouTube did it or whether that individual did it. But in this particular case with this defendant who's asking for a deal, that defendant has dirty deleted evidence, and that's going to become a major issue in court.
Here's the question. Actually, with these folks, who hasn't deleted? Honestly, like when with y'all listening, who has not deleted videos or evidence? Is there somebody out there that has not done that? Because to me, it feels like everybody we bring up has deleted. And again, I'm not saying like a random item here or there. I'm talking about like mass purges sometimes of channels, you know? Because I know Stupa, Ray, I don't know a lot about. I don't know a lot about MLS. Like, you know, people keep, you know, they'll bring him up, but I don't know enough to push him in these boxes. Just that was before I watched anything, you know. So I don't. All of that is just like an area I have no idea about. But I would think most of them have. So if you could think of one that hasn't, that would be more interesting.
That Lynette post in chat this week that she has deleted all emails.
Oh, yeah. That's wild.
Can you believe?
See, she posted that this week, too. That's the other kicker to that, where I posted that thing for you. She posted this recently. She's bragging recently that she deleted her emails. So when she's being told to keep up with everything, she's like, I got too full, deleted things, you know? I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? Hey, you need to preserve all of that stuff. Oh, well, yeah, you know, didn't, deleted it all. So in Fed case 1, we find out that they've barely turned anything over, you know? And we find out they've been destroying evidence. I mean, that's not good. Admitting it like it's not a big deal.
Why would she do that?
Why would you admit it?
Can you believe it? Like,
what?
Wow. Why would you tell the world that?
I have a question. Wow. What's the jury going to think when they find out that she's deleted all of this or any of them?
It's an assumption of guilt that comes with it.
All right, keep going. I keep
I'm confused again.
See, for me, I mass purge everything I do, protecting with sources. So I've done that forever. But you know, she's in the middle of a lawsuit. She's already been told, hey, you need to hold on to everything. So that's kind of different. You know, she's been in a lawsuit for how long? She's been communicating with these people. How long? Her lawyer has been around, her PR team. They know that's bad. I mean, there is no world where admitting something like that is helpful to you. There is no world in which that plays positively, you know? She just will not stop. Like, I couldn't imagine being her lawyer, her representative. I couldn't imagine it because she would be the worst enemy for it. You know, people have talked about how her worst enemy has been bad lawyers. No, it's been her own damage that she does. She's like a wrecking ball to her own cause.
I have lots of questions. If she truly feels that she's innocent and is standing in the truth, wouldn't her emails be her truth? Like, why delete them? So weird.
Well, we've said this before as well. Why did all the individuals dodge their depositions if they believe Lynette is innocent? Why are they dodging depositions to prove her innocence? And now they're going to be held accountable in federal court for dodging and for everything.
Not just that, they bragged about how they wanted to be deposed. It was even more than that. Like I said, I make no qualm. Do I want to be involved in court cases? No. Am I going to be intimidated by people that want to threaten me in it? No. You know, but this whole bravado of I'm just going to go in there, I'll destroy Jeremy. Well, they were given their chance to get up on the stand and destroy him. They could have. If they had something, they could have absolutely obliterated him with it, but they didn't. Instead, they decided, can't go around. Isn't that weird?
Everything else they've done. So the whole dodging of the depositions is not done by any stretch of the imagination. It's a slow process, but we're going to get there.
It's a slow process.
The wheel of justice definitely does turn very slowly, but the depositions, I would think, would be the perfect opportunity to present their evidence.
Yeah,
because apparently we're doing illegal things that are criminal, which I haven't experienced yet. I haven't done anything criminal.
She's in court again, June 18th. She's got 17 days until she's in court again in Florida. This is going to be interesting to see what's going to go on there.
And the last I checked, the one lawsuit that Lynette filed against me, the thumbnail case, she voluntarily withdrew because no laws were broken.
You mean vexatious litigant under the control of Dukes?
Yeah. And then that particular attorney ditched her. She tried to get me added on to the first lawsuit you had where she paid Silverman over 16 grand, which then she voluntarily dismissed that lawsuit too.
Don't you think it's interesting that they're all ditching John Crook now? So they're trying to get a legal representation for Lynette, which I think is great. This can only help things moving forward. This is good. And frankly, I wish it was Deuce. I mean, he's the worst lawyer in the world. Best lawyer I've never had to pay. But this will be good. And yet you're ditching Crook. He's out there all by himself. You know, this is the same female who has stated that he's done inappropriate things to the child, who busses her and
verbally, emotionally, mentally, and financially.
That she's afraid he's going to unalive her like he did his last ex-wife. Yeah, and her mother, like he did his last ex-wife, that she keeps on the dresser.
She keeps her ashes on the dresser.
That's nuts.
It makes no sense, but this is the same individual that is her soulmate and would never pull a pew-pew on anyone, but yet is afraid that he has threatened her and her mom to pull out the pew-pew and unalive them. The woman's a walking contradiction.
She's got just as many pseudonyms and fake names as Lips does. So, match made in heaven.
So back to 2022, Patience and Christian get married. They tie the knot.
What'd you say? George Brown on Facebook? George Brown? George Brown. Who's George? Brown.
George,
wait. Yeah. Sorry, we know.
Not me.
All right, keep going.
And then also in 2022, Walmart went out of business, and they had a bunch of stuff going up for auction, which we could use for our business. And so you were able to purchase a ton of pallet racking, which was perfect for the new warehouse. And then for my she shed, since we got Hale's headquarters and the new warehouse, and you broke your foot.
And then these freaks put up a foot fetish page. They've put up foot fetish pages, fake dating profiles. They have put up, I can't even go through it. There's so much that we have had so many things taken down. And yes, I broke my foot. You know what? I think it's time for another question in regards to this defendant.
All right. Does the defendant have facial hair?
Oh, well, pretty sure every single one of them do. The answer is yes.
It's debatable again.
Yeah,
so I should have picked a different question.
Yeah, even the one
the defendant who is begged for a deal does have facial hair. As a matter of fact, I want to take this opportunity while we're on a little pause here on your timeline and share that tonight I actually invited Harley's aunts to be with us and to give an update. And so there have been many questions in regards to what is the update with the aunts and trying to secure Harley into a secure home. And I know the aunts are watching right now. And
okay, so this is what sent BBB into a tizzy.
And so what we have done since the time where there was a fundraiser. Pool. It's a pool, right, George? It's a pool. It's a pool of money. Pool of money. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, where people willingly gave towards the aunts. So what the aunts did is they hired a lawyer and a legal team, and they have exhausted all ends of what they can do in the courts at this point in time to attempt to save this child from the horrific living conditions and, frankly, the horrific individuals that are raising her.
I need to make mention that there was also concern for the child before she would move to Otter Creek.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my goodness, absolutely. I mean, there's so much evidence out there that as it is anyway. But here's what I want to share. We have to not have any interference whatsoever with the aunts trying to save the child. We've kept communication off and allowed them. It's not even an allowing, that's the wrong word. The process has gone on, and I haven't even received an update. Even Deuce was asking me in my deposition about what was going on. I had no clue because we stayed far away from it. It wasn't something that we were involved in. And so Deuce was asking me about, I'm like, I don't know. And he was telling me stuff. I didn't even know this. I contacted Jessica and Olga, but Jessica yesterday, and I was like, what's the update? I texted her, I was like, what's going on? What's the update? She goes, I have to call you. And so she and I touched base. They have exhausted all avenues that they can pursue with no hope in sight in that avenue legally in the courts. That has all been shut down, unfortunately. But they do have a new avenue, as the father is going to be with them here in yesterday. It's 9 days. The biological father is going to be with them here in 9 days, and they are going to start pursuing his parental rights as the biological father. And so one of the things that they've asked me, and they were going to share. They were going to be on tonight and give an update, and then they had a something that got in the way of them being here. And so one of the things that they particularly have asked us, as I've shared earlier, if anybody has any evidence, anybody, your victim, as this huge thing is going on with all of these creeps and freaks. All these victims are coming together with all this evidence, and justice is going to be pursued. It is being pursued. And so, as I shared earlier, if you have evidence on these freaks and what they've done, that you can email all that ecosystemtips@gmail.com. Well, the ants have asked if you have any further ideas or evidence that will help them, if you could pursue that as well. And if you have that for the ants, you can email us at whatthehales@yahoo.com, and we will pass that on to them. So currently, with the funding, first of all, the funding has all been utilized in the courts with the legal team. Those avenues have all been exhausted to no avail. And so the newest avenue is the biological father will be home in 9 days with them, and they will start pursuing his biological rights for the child, and to see what direction they can go there to try and save this child from the horrific conditions and horrific people that she's with. So I do want to share that. And if anybody has any ideas for the ants, you know something about the system, we don't, they don't. Yeah, anything that you may have that could help, you can email us at whatthehales@yahoo.com.
I thought when that was written about, I actually thought that, it's the way that BBB put it together. It made it sound like it was something totally different than what was just stated right there. You know, the way he made it sound, I thought there was fundraiser and all kinds of other shit, you know. It's
so back to the timeline of some of the random life adventure vlogs on the channel is pallets, purchase of pallets.
Particularly you were the purchasing pallet queen.
I was the first one, yes. And then we've even had a pallet dropped off at Hale's headquarters. Remember that?
Right at the edge of the driveway.
That was fun. Patience and Christian were part of that, and we did the unboxing of the pallet. And that in 2022, we also did the microwave giveaway, where we gave away brand new microwaves.
127 microwaves that had over $2 million in Mexican card.
I'm mad at her. What's up, man? You are much welcome. Yeah, I see your avatar up there. You know, I'm about through with the ones that have been mailed in. There's about 3 or 4 more. You know, if there's another wave of them, we will not get them all tonight, because I've been doing them for pretty much for an hour plus. All I've been doing is, you can hear me typing. I'm kicking out Muppets to people. Again, appreciate all of you too.
Cartel rug money.
No, and portable AC units.
But the 2.6 million? And
it was over
rugs. 2. Yes, we did.
So that was fun. The microwave giveaway day, that was a lot of fun. Like, Patience and I had a blast, and you were walking around with your peg leg that I bought you. And you said it was a game changer, because then you can use both hands versus crutches, and you.
That's funny. I actually, I have a prosthetic leg. I have a prosthetic arm too. I have a hook hand. I found it. I used to. Now, we tried to give these back to an owner, but to no avail. We used to buy vehicles from the state. I work with a friend of mine. His father owned a junkyard when I was younger, and we would find all kinds of stuff in these vehicles. We found everything from. We actually found a let's say a. It would be against the terms of service here to really go into that. But yeah, we found something pretty dangerous and horrible at one time, to finding, again, prosthetic arm. I kind of loved that. That was really funny. When I found that thing, my God, I had so much fun with it. But you know, we would just do all kinds of stuff. And we tried to return again, but the person who had that, they were not contactable. I think they got in a shootout with the Popo or something. So anyway, we're almost done with this.
It was such a game changer.
And then during the Walmart auction, I thought it would be a good idea to buy one of the gumball machines. And so you bid on one of the gumball machines, which we have at Hale's headquarters. You won. And then we broke into the gumball machine to come to find out there was a ton of money still left behind. And one of the viewers had left a comment saying that they contacted the authorities because we stole the gumball, even though we won it at auction. And we're still waiting for the police to show up.
Still waiting. Still waiting. Story of our life. We buy a storage unit, somebody's going to call the cops on us. We go to an auction, we buy gumball machines, somebody's going to call the cops on us. By the way, I haven't shared this with you yet. There's a Facebook marketplace post. They're asking $5,000 for like 500 gumball machines with all the toys, all the candy, and all the money still in them. It's from Damaged Cargo. It's a Damaged Cargo, and it's all filled. And I was thinking, wow, what could I do with all of those?
Where would you even put all those?
What a business.
Breaking into the gumball machine was a ton of fun. And whenever my friends and family come over, we offer the kiddos stuff and they love it. They absolutely love it. Again, we're still waiting for the cops to show up to confiscate the gumball machine that we won at auction. We recorded going to vintage toy shows, and we've recorded going to Vid Summit. We got to meet Mr. Beast at Vid Summit and a bunch of other people that we are still in contact with that we met at Vid Summit. We volunteered.
Yeah,
and
we paid, was it $5,000 or $10,000? 5 per person or $5,000 total to volunteer?
I think total. I think total with travel expenses.
It's funny. We paid $5,000 out of pocket to volunteer. And we worked like 16-hour days, and I had a broken foot.
We did. We rented a vehicle and never drove it.
Never drove it.
Except for one day. And then we saw our first wild seal at the Santa Monica Pier. We did cashing in coins, which is always fun. Estate sales, where we do buyouts from some of our fans have reached out and want us to do estate buyouts.
All right, let's pause right there. Let's pause right there. We're going to put a pause because we've got an auction going on here tonight. The defendant that has come forward, I will share. Ask me what letter their first name starts with.
Okay. What is the first letter of this person's name that wants a deal?
The letter D. All right. So here's what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to tell you their whole first name. It's Dave. It is Dave. Now, here's the deal. You've got 2 Daves that are in this federal lawsuit right now. Now, here's the issue. You've got MLS making liable simple, who has now hired a lawyer to protect himself. And Marla Huge is copying that and illegally stating, well, she can state whatever she wants, but she's stating things that are illegal. That Fleesa helped her write her motions, yet none of that was disclosed. That's illegal.
Yeah.
So you're copying.
She tried MLS, to do damage control on that, by the way.
David Helms. Dave. Who, if he is the one that reached out for the deal, I guarantee you, he ain't helping any single one of you. Or you've got stupid Dave, who is the only one who hasn't been served yet, except for Ray Boneless, who will be served extremely soon.
Oh my God, what if that is the thing, though?
Stupid Dave, he's been playing this game with all of you, including...
So Stupid Dave, holy God, it really could be Stupid Dave. I mean, you think about this. So, Stupid, he keeps telling these people that he got doxxed. Like, think about this. So he came over and he said in my chat, he said that he was doxxed over here. So he's saying that people have his address and everything else, but nobody can serve him at the right address, even though they know where he's at. He got kicked to the curb before, then he just like a whipped up. That would make a lot more sense, man. Now, again, MLS being a lawyer and stuff, reaching out would be smart. I could get that. But the other side of, man, stupid Dave. Wouldn't that be something if he was sitting in there playing them all? Oh, wouldn't that be something, huh? What do you think about that, folks? Maybe it is him. Oh my God. Dave, is that you? Have you been playing these people this whole time, dude? If it turns out to really be, oh my God. A lot of stuff would make sense, though. Again, he hasn't been served. He was kicked out, and then he comes back. Again, maybe he's not as much of a whip dog as you think. Maybe him and Guapo, they both have a problem with the way that things went down for them. Maybe it's payback. I don't know. This is just all speculation, but man.
Including Dave, the donor, the entire time, and getting info from you and feeding it to us for the deal to save his own skin.
Oh my God.
So
Dave.
Is it making liable simple Dave, who is now putting things into the court system and other people are copying, who this is the same man who could be the guy who is going to give us everything to put you away? Or is it the Dave who hasn't been served yet because he's been playing this game of deception with the entire team who turned their backs on him and cast him out? But now he's coming back in and feeding us all this information.
That would make so much sense.
So I think it appropriate that we leave it right there. It is one of the first defendant to come forward and beg for a deal. Now, there have been others who have come forward as well, and there is no deal for those individuals.
So other ones have asked too?
One of the Daves, and there are two in this case, have come forward begging for a deal.
Now, there's a whole thing. Yeah, we might have to hit some of that. I know I went much longer than I thought I would, but holy God, that's crazy, isn't it? Give me 1 minute here. I missed a few super chats in the middle, by the way, but that is nuts, isn't it? It's absolutely freaking nuts. I missed Jesus here. Thank you for the 2 there. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Yeah.
Hey, is Mom down here or?
It's just you down here. Yeah.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, why don't you go? Well, nobody here but us. Yeah,
Mom?
on the phone, maybe. I don't know. Probably at work.
Oh, no, it's
go
nighttime.
Hang out with Sissy for a bit. You know? I'm not sure.
Sissy's door is always locked because I
don't know.
have to check.
I don't know. Huh?
Sissy's door is always locked and I have to check sometimes.
We'll go watch TV. We'll in a little bit you can come down here after I'm done, okay? And we'll watch some TV. All right?
What about Coraline Jones?
I'm not watching Coraline Jones again tonight. No way.
I can't remember.
I'm not watching Coraline Jones again tonight.
What about Pennywise?
Pennywise? I don't know about that. Let me think about what I'll watch tonight, okay? You go upstairs and I'll think about it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Go watch something. All right. All right, bye, live stream, she said. So, Emmy asked, thanks for the 20. What I don't understand, LP can make money off of a child, but the public can't raise awareness of the perceived neglect at the same time? What happened? It takes a village sometimes. What I don't understand is this. Somebody can make statements where they're saying someone around a kid is a red flag. They're a danger, right? And yet, you're not allowed to do anything with that. That's very weird, you know? It's so strange there. But yeah, it's a mess there. John, thanks for the 10 there. Proud of you. Putting your kids first before alcohol. Very honorable. Oh yeah, man. I don't do anything. I mean, I've straight arrowed, you know, for sure. Straight arrow, just because kids before anything, they are. You know, they've been like that before. When I found out that my eldest was going to be born, you know, I've flipped my entire life around, and that's just the way to live. But I've become even more aware, I am the primary with everything. That's the way I have to live now. And I'm happy to do it. They are, in my world, they are the most important thing there. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership too. Thank you, Fallen Hero. I appreciate you, buddy. Singing Chief, thanks for the vibe. Don't dox Stupid Dave. Yes, nobody has to dox anybody, first of all. This is a joke, but, still, he's going to make a joke here. But, yeah, actually, there is no doxing ever. But to find him, just stand still and see where the gravitational waves pull you forward. That's where he is at any time. Indeed. I like that. That's funny. Wheezy, thank you for the 5 there, too. And then I think I caught everybody else rolling in. There was a couple of statements in here. Well, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, coyote bait, by the way. Noted. Still in rehab, fighting my ticker because it does not want to tick correctly anymore. I use prayers. Prayers keep in your thoughts. Coyote bait in your thoughts, man. Love to you. Very much so. That's a rough time. It is. But love to you. Like I said, everybody keep her in your prayers. It is such a nerve-wracking experience to go through something and to deal with doctors and stuff, man. I get you there. It's a mess, but love to you, like I say. Let me see. I think I got everybody else. And then there's Andre. What's up, man? Thanks for the 2 there. Hey, Tug, a little something for a coffee. Thank you. Appreciate it. Actually, you know what I get? I get chai teas. That's actually what I get. So just to note there, I would use it. We have a chai tea place up here that a chai tea is $5 here. And actually, I don't think that's very bad, to be honest. Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to get over to main YouTube. It's being stupid, though. Trying to redirect you guys. Come on, YouTube. Man, it is not giving me any of my channels or anything. Excuse me. YouTube's being ridiculous today. It won't show any channels to me. There he is. Couldn't find Shizzy for a minute. It's like his channel disappeared on me for a minute there. So give me a second, folks. I will get it set up here. And I will redirect you. Oh, what a pain in the butt. Sorry, folks. Take me a second to redirect. Give some love to Shizzy, though. Tug, Cincha. We will get together again tomorrow. Megan will be on, so we will be back here again. There is plenty to continue to cover. There is so much insanity. I don't feel like I'm ever going to get caught up. But I appreciate you folks. Let me make sure nothing else rolled in on the emails. Did I miss anybody? All right. And appreciate you. All right. Send you over. Love to. See ya.